Petite 32. 32 times 6.
Right.
Okay, I'm happy with my 36. But anyway.
No, he said times 6.
Times, plus 6. We give you plus 6.
No, he's definitely a 40.
I'm not a 40. I've never been a 40 now. I've been blessed. I've never been past a
Never was
38.
blessed.
And my biggest, I was a 38. So,
I don't know.
I'll tell you the truth, though. My biggest, I was
I
a
don't know about
38.
This nigga always lying.
These fans right here are 36. 34, actually.
So, but you definitely was a 40 at one point.
I was never a
It
40.
look like
I've never got
spandex.
to 40.
Right.
I never got to 40. I mean,
He-
if I did, I
look,
would own it.
he never bought a 40.
Oh, that's the thing.
Right, but he was a 40. He just, you know them days he looked the extra swole? Those were 40 days.
I know how to squeeze in some 36s.
That's
boy.
why his ass
I
like to
sent it
be
to
at
some-
home.
Oh, we got our first person to speak is Miss Sherry Copeland is in the building.
Hey.
What's up, Sherry?
Her line
Salute to
dancing
Sherry.
ass. That's what I'm talking about. That's my girl. Yo, again, I'm excited about that. That might not be too important to y'all, but I think that's amazing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
What the fuck? If it don't bring you nothing, what is it for? It's a date.
You know, your job is to be a Debbie Downer, and you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Anyway, I'm excited.
Yeah.
12,
12, 31, 23.
I'm going to play that.
1, 2, 3.
that's
Everybody's going to play
Everybody's
it.
gonna-
A lot of we going to get rich off y'all for no reason.
Right.
They're gonna lock you. They're gonna lock you.
You know, I was watching the
Everybody
show,
gonna play
what's
that
that, the
song.
Did
gangster
somebody
shit?
hit last night?
Huh?
Somebody hit the Powerball last night?
I did. Oh, you talking about? Okay. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
You said you hit, Ronnie crazy.
How
My
much-
bad. I
Nigga,
was
you
talking
know
about-
you ain't hit nothing
Just
but
like ain't
that
nobody hit
bed.
the Powerball, he ain't hit last night either.
Right.
For my mama purposes, I'm gonna agree with that. My mama might be listening.
Exactly.
Anyway, so you know what? Before we go into the show, I want to get you guys' opinion, and I cannot wait to speak more to you, Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir.
I mean, not Tamla Brown's husband, but Mr. Brown, D. Brown, right? Just making sure. He's in the acting side, so I make sure I'm gonna get him mixed up. But so, have y'all noticed the route of the way female rap music is going this day? Now, Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim, they were a little ratchet, but they were still a little classy ratchet. But you got
Nikki was not.
they were classy ratchet.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, she was.
She was classy.
She was classy
she's
ratchet.
never ratchet.
Now, if you look at these
No.
rappers now,
What-
let me get to
name
my
something
point.
ratchet
Let me
she
get to
did.
my point before
Everything
you.
she did was ratchet.
No, it was never.
Let him get his point out before we
Let me get
debate
to
it.
my point. My point is, like, if you look at these rappers now, like Lil Red, is that her name? Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. What's my girl that sing? I
Lotto.
was eating
Lotto.
his ass. Eat Lotto. These girls.
Lotto don't talk about eating that.
No.
Ain't that Sexy Red?
No. What's her name from Love and Hip Hop
Ice
Miami?
Spice.
Ice Spice? Is it?
What's the girl from Love?
Young Miami.
No, he talking about the number one girl right now.
She was in. She sang
Megan?
that song "Eating His Ass." Eating his ass. Y'all know that song.
Yeah.
I was
Hold
eating-
on.
Isn't that Sexy Red?
No, that's she's rapping on it. She's on Love and Hip Hop Miami. She originally started on Love and Hip Hop Miami. I can't think of her
I
name.
mean,
feel
all
bad.
y'all in this eating ass shit. I ain't into it, man. Look.
You ain't gonna keep
Don't knock it till you tried it.
Right.
You ain't gonna keep your woman.
I mean, why
I
go
don't-
down? You got to take care of both hoes. I mean, sorry. But anyway,
He said both hoes.
but anyway, what I'm saying is, if y'all notice the way the music is moving, it's not like I said, there's a like Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim. They talked about sex, but to me, they still brought a sense of, I ain't gonna say classiness, but a little more standard. I would say.
You saying Lil Kim?
Lil
when
Kim's
when
music
she
was not-
on Biggie's. That when she did that Biggie song,
it was
that
still something a
classic.
little more classier than the way these
No,
these
she-
girls
no.
are rapping now.
Okay, so
No.
just think about what you're saying though. First of all, if we listen to their lyrics, you would not be able to say that with a straight face.
No.
But relatively, comparatively, it was classier too than what the girls
Suki,
are
that's
doing.
what I was saying.
Sukihana.
Sukihana, yeah.
So comparatively to the girls now, but they are trending with the culture though. You know what I'm saying? Like Nicki Minaj and Nicki wasn't there. It was Kim. and Foxy
Right.
Brown, right?
Yeah.
Kim and Foxy was more ratchet than Nicki.
And they was
But
doing
I
that.
don't still don't
and they
think-
was doing
I
that
don't
when
think-
when culturally we were cleaner.
Right.
I don't think they were ratchet, though. I think they gave.
They was ratchet
It
for
was
that
ratchet- it was
time.
ratchet for that
you got
time.
you got to think about that. You talking about
Looking back at it
mid
now, it's not
'90s?
That's still ratchet this day. What Kim was saying out her mouth.
No,
In the
compared
90s,
to
it
what
was
they
still-
doing
No,
now.
not to. She was just talking about.
She was talking about sucking and doing all that.
Yeah, but she wasn't talking about eating no ass. When you start bringing eating ass in, that's a whole
So
different
you know what?
ballgame.
I
But-
disagree with y'all. Told I think Little Kim. I think Little Kim and Nicki Minaj was more so.
Nicki-
hold on one
Stop saying
second.
Nicki.
Nicki Minaj too. I think they were more promoting women's sexuality and then women empowerment. That's what I was thinking.
Wait, so why these girls ain't doing that?
Because it's just no.
See, you sound like an old man. Like, get off my lawn. Right?
Probably.
Right.
Because you want to say that your generation was good and they're bad. Like that was ratchet. That was all ratchet we knew. They just talk about eating ass, swallowing, and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's culturally, like back in the day when we grew up, it was like an X-rated movie was seeing breasts.
right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You saw breasts on TV, like, oh man, this is
Right, like
This
like
is what-
watching Penitentiary, right? Remember watching Penitentiary
Oh,
and
yeah.
Jane Kennedy
Yes.
got naked? I remember my parents covering my eyes.
Yeah, exactly. So this was the right nakedness. Now,
Ron B was able to go to that by himself, watch that movie in the theater.
So y'all think that the music is not changing. You think that the girls are just
no,
going with the
we
time.
think that it's they are translating or
Updated to what's going on
with
right
what
now.
culturally where we are though.
That's what.
Like I don't understand where you get Nicki Minaj as being ratchet anywhere, because
I never said she was
No, he
ratchet.
said she's not. Me and Arthur said she is.
Y'all
She
said
is
ratchet.
ratchet.
I don't think Nicki Minaj
Where?
is ratchet.
Nicki
Nicki
was a little ratchet.
Minaj
Listen,
did culture. She did pop. Pop culture. She was part
Pop
of
culture.
Pop culture. She was. I thought she was good. She did
right,
pop.
she wasn't ratchet.
When she did, what's my man, Sir Mix-a-Lot? What song he did?
Put it on the glass.
Baby Got Back, and she did that over. Nicki Minaj did that song over again,
that was nasty.
and she was getting busy on that. And
I don't even remember the song.
My anaconda.
And the song she sang, she do a song with Usher.
My anaconda.
She do a song with Usher.
and her
that's-
the video was
that
wild.
she go wild on.
What
So you got a request from Sherry. She said you need some color on your legs. Sherry.
Ooh,
Lee.
Lord.
Wow.
Okay.
They coming. They
Thank
going
you, Sherry.
hard already. They going hard already. Anyway, I just think that the like I said, the caliber of female rappers now, like even it switched from even I think y'all gonna get me bad. I even think Cardi B is a little more sophisticated with her rap
Are you
style.
crazy?
She's definitely more sophisticated than the other girls you just talked about.
Right.
I
get
don't.
with
No,
that.
hold on. Y'all. Hold on. Y'all. Cardi older than Sukihana, and she's older than Ice Spice. Them is young girls. Those is
No,
kids.
Cardi's only like 27.
She's still
I'm
old.
saying that's old
That's
compared
like
to Ice Spice
grandma
in late
in
19 and
rap.
21.
That's like
No,
grandma and rap.
Ice Spice is how old?
She like 22, and
19.
Sukihana, Ice Spice. How old is Diddy's girl in Young Miami?
She's
She
she's
older.
like 27.
She's older. Yeah, she's older. But those girls they're older. So I mean,
Ice Spice is 22.
Cardi's I said older because her personality is more mature. Cardi had a lot more experience than they did
Yeah,
when she was
yeah,
younger.
yeah.
So Cardi was in the strip club
Cardi
doing a lot of wild
lived
stuff.
that. They lived
So Cardi gonna act a little bit more mature. She got 2 kids.
Yeah.
Ain't it 2?
Yeah, she got
So she got 2 kids. Ice Spice and them different. They ain't got
Sukihana is 31.
Oh,
But she young in the business.
but she off though.
She all.
See, now you're making us.
No.
But my thing,
She is
even
up.
if you talk
I
about
mean,
Cardi B,
I wasn't-
Well,
I wasn't
yeah,
trying to go there.
Especially like she was offended by something that something happened on one of the shows, and she was offended by it.
Well,
But
she wasn't, but everybody
when
else
the guy
was.
tried to kiss her,
right, but
she
but
wasn't
then-
really offended. She was just like, it was
But
just,
then like her lyrics don't promote the way
what
she
she's
was
trying to say.
right.
But like even when y'all talk about Cardi B, Cardi B was she had kids now. Even before she had her kids, like Kodak, what's that Kodak Yellow or whatever?
Black.
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black. That was still kind of a sophisticated song to me.
Oh, you mean Bodak Yellow?
Bodak was whatever the song.
Yeah, Bodak Yellow.
Okay, so but Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion just did WAP. You can't. I want to touch that thing in the back of my throat.
But even that was kind of on a classic.
Right. I mean, that wasn't like
It
eating
made
ass.
sense.
That's easy. What you think?
I
they
want you to
telling
touch
to
that
do?
little thing in the back of
But
my
yeah,
throat.
but
The
these
dingling thing on the back of my
these
throat,
girls
yeah.
straight say, "I want you to nut on the thing on the back of my throat." She was like,
Right.
like they.
So what?
It's
Y'all,
just
it's no
the
difference.
wording
It
is a
is,
little
the
classy.
wording,
It's
the
a little
wording means,
classy.
Y'all are comparing.
ladies, how do you feel?
Y'all comparing 6 and half a dozen. Y'all comparing 6 and half a
I
dozen.
mean, you know, you just say which one are you more in tune with? Someone saying, you know, touching the dingling thing back in my throat,
Or
or
describe.
about eating ass? Which one is more appropriate to you? Thank you.
Yeah.
See?
So y'all
I
don't-
mean, okay, one. That's in our personal opinion, but honestly, there's no difference. It's 6 and half a dozen.
Dude, I guarantee
That's 6 and half a
I
dozen.
guarantee you
Look,
go back to
I
Lil'
bet you
Kim.
any woman
Lil'
would
Kim-
suck dick before they eat ass.
Yes.
That's true.
Okay, true.
Every man would eat pussy before he eat ass.
Nah,
Yeah.
some dudes would eat
No,
ass before they
no, I
eat
don't know.
Like I'm gonna tell you, like I think Kevin Gates, he even said it. He said, I want that my tongue all the way up in their ass.
That's-
Yeah,
That's
see,
a rare.
I'll say this though, I didn't know about my brothers because men, when we be talking, we don't always be admitting everything.
No, we don't.
Exactly.
Because I didn't know how many dudes like to still do it to girls while they were on their cycle.
Nah, I don't like
Right.
That is definitely
Nah,
not
I
my
can't
thing.
do it. Well,
the-
I'll run red lights, but I'm not eating nobody.
Well, we definitely not eating it, but I'm saying,
Nah, but some dudes eat.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
no,
saying.
that's a fetish. Like some
No, because we remember when we was watching
Y'all got
the dude from Black Ink Crew.
yeah, but then I watched another video from Lip Service.
But what I'm
and,
saying, there are people with fetishes, people who like that.
This is
and
true.
That's fine. But I'm just saying, just like there's people who like the number 2 done on them too, and which is totally disgusting. If you do that, I would
Yeah.
shoot you and
Yeah,
kill you.
no, I mean,
Why?
he
I mean,
said
but
number
you're right.
2.
Yeah, but-
Nigga, we're not in
And-
we're not in elementary school.
As a matter of fact, let's just say this, Joe. I'll be honest with you. The younger generation, they way freakier and nasty.
Right.
They are. They just are.
Yes.
They do
Plain
stuff
and
that
simple.
we definitely would think.
They were eating that
don't
ass.
They kiss and tell. See, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
not ashamed of what
but-
they
but-
do.
but-
First
they-
of all,
they're not
we
ashamed.
ain't even telling. First of all, would you tell some? See,
Exactly.
nigga, you would tell somebody you ate ass.
No, I wouldn't. Why would I tell somebody that? I do.
Mr. Brown, are we embarrassing you?
No, I'm listening to the conversation, man.
And he trying
You know
to
what?
get
I was
get that
jumping
next
to-
film
you know,
up.
to topics I really ain't explored.
Oh yeah, you don't eat ass.
Oh, you haven't
I
explored.
got you.
I'm listening to the conversation. You
We
know?
got it.
See, me and Mr. Brown got something in common. We ain't explored that ass eating shit.
Aisha said, "Hey fellas, what up, Aisha? Please let me live today. I know you probably don't like my pants, but I was just trying to promote the shirt today. So
What the pants got to do with the
with the
damn
shirt?
shirt? That fuck up the
I'm
shirt.
just talking, man. Leave me alone. Anyway, I just thought I was listening to that music. And I just thought that was actually shout out to my boy DJ. He the one who gave me that thought. We were talking about that today about how the female rappers is really moving to the
This-
far side now.
This generation is much nastier than our generation,
I guarantee you,
and
you go-
I'm not mad at them because I think it's just progression of the time.
Right.
Like our parents came up, like our parents came up and they was putting on lingerie and wearing high heels in the bedroom, and that was sexy. Like that's corny to me, right?
Actually, they were just wearing that gown. They wasn't doing all that.
No, of course
No,
not.
yeah, the house coat.
The
That's
house
all
coat,
it
that's
was. With
what
it
it
button
was.
up in the front, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
But you know what?
Titty swinging in that thing.
I heard a song that the women from the 50s cannot talk ever again about Sukihana and anybody. This is one lady sing the song. She was like, if you do something, I'll suck your dick."
Like
Y'all
Millie
said that?
Jackson was nasty.
Millie was
Millie,
full.
Millie, I saw a video. She going on stage,
Touching
going to
people's
dudes
penises.
like, "Let me touch it." I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Sounded like Donald Trumpish.
And then Millie Jackson her album cover, she was sitting on the toilet on one of her album covers.
Right.
I
She
was like,
was.
That's a nasty, and her DSLs.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, she did have some DSLs.
But when we came up, the movie Purple Rain was like a
Right. When Apollonia, when she
well,
jumped
yeah,
in,
that was like
supposedly Lake Minnetonka.
that was
That was the
like
best breasts I ever seen in my life.
It was.
Right.
no lie.
Which
no lie.
one? A question. Another thing I was going to talk about, and before we get into hot topics, who do you think was sexier between Vanity and Apollonia?
Apollonia.
Apollonia.
To me, Apollonia.
I'm gonna.
The
go
lady
with-
says Apollonia. She looks.
I'm gonna go with Apollonia too, because Vanity didn't age well. Well,
Right.
I don't know how Apollonia
Both of them
aged.
dead, right?
No, one of them still.
No, I
Apollonia
think
still
both of
live.
them are
I think
dead.
Vanity passed away.
I think they both died.
But Vanity
No.
didn't age well.
She didn't.
No, she didn't.
She didn't, yeah, she-
her and Jasmine.
But I
Guy
wish
look
I didn't
like
have the
Oh,
picture.
Jasmine God, she's just terrible.
Don't pull Jazz. We ain't talking about it.
Jasmine Guy gone, man.
Oh my God.
Her
Mr.
and that girl
Brown,
from Saved
don't
by
read
the
the
Bell.
comments. We're gonna tell you that in advance. Don't read the comments, please. We got a mean, they're real judgmental audience, so just please don't read.
No, no. I'm just thinking back at the time when,
Oh, good,
that
yeah, don't
movie,
read,
You know what
just
I'm saying?
think.
Purple Rain was one of the
83.
top,
Yeah,
top
but-
pictures that ever
and-
came out during the time, you know?
And it was, to us, it felt like that was a risque,
Yeah, it was.
but now that ain't nothing.
So
Like,
who's
I
son?
still get
Apollonia is
picture-
still
her
alive. She's 64.
That's
She
what
is.
I said. I
So
still
which
can
one of them
picture the
songs?
boob
Yeah.
scene, man.
Which one of them songs? I'm your sex shooter. Now, which one sung Nasty Girls and which one sung
That was
Sex
Apollonia.
Shooter?
Vanity sung that
Vanity.
girl.
Vandy sung Nasty Girls.
right.
Okay, so she was the sexiest.
No.
And that's another thing too. You know what? Actually, yeah, the old generation need to stop. They
was real nasty.
They did not tell how nasty they were because Hugh Hefner and Don Cornelius and boys was getting it in.
Oh
We didn't
yeah.
have internet.
Exactly. See, so
Right.
they could keep it secret. You could keep a
We didn't
secret.
have internet. Wasn't
Folk wasn't
invented at the
addicted
time.
to attention,
I mean,
and they weren't addicted
everything
to
that went
telling.
down at the Playboy
And,
Mansion,
right.
you know.
And also the diseases wasn't out like it was.
Oh
back
yeah,
then.
it was.
Yes, they was. They didn't even have the medicine for the disease.
No,
they
but
just.
it wasn't
Hold on.
deadly diseases
AIDS
though.
wasn't out.
It wasn't
I mean, you
deadly.
can get-
It was diseases,
You
but
can
not
get
deadly ones.
gonorrhea and get a pill. You good.
You could go to
Right.
the doctor and get
See,
something.
no, I think y'all wrong because actually people started dying. They had AIDS for
So
years.
they was dying
Right.
in the 80s.
But no, it took AIDS
No.
gets in your body for 10 or 20 years before it
And there's
started
still people
to
out
kill
here
you.
HIV positive
And don't
30
know
plus years.
We're not talking about that. Y'all was missing the point, man.
No.
Help us- Hey, Pat, explain the point to him, man.
Basically, the sexually transmitted diseases, large in part, back in the 50s and 60s, was stuff a doctor could pretty much cure
Exactly.
with a shot, a medicine regimen. That was it. You wasn't life threatening. It wasn't like you were gonna die from it.
Right. So orgies was on point.
What's that big?
And they
that-
still
what-
are.
What's that big white festival from back in the 60s?
Woodstock?
Woodstock.
Yeah.
Oh,
They was getting it in, and that's my thing too. You know, this generation. It's like I don't know what they did to these women, but the vagina is so sensitive now. Like the wrong soap, the wrong.
so their pH
I'm
balance.
gonna
is
tell
off.
you. First of all, back then we ate real food. Now we eat all processed
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like, what y'all do to these women?
McDonald's.
They can't even wear the wrong underwear.
Shit, McDonald's used to be a treat for us. Now that's the first option for most.
Dang. That's like, yeah, you get it at the kids. Hey, when you get
That was like a treat. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, McDonald's, that was the last resort. You know what I'm saying? You had to be good. You had to have good grades and every damn thing to get McDonald's.
Treat.
Right,
No,
it was a
but-
treat.
But
Now
even
that's
back,
the
even
first
back in
thing
the
you
day,
get.
even back in the day, people used to be in their office smoking their cigarette.
Right.
You
right.
do that now, I would smack the shit out of you. You
that's
smoking
crazy.
my.
That's crazy.
And that
People
brings
smoke
up to my
cigarettes in
movie
so many
point.
public places.
Right.
back then.
Right.
Oh, he said. What did he say? What you
Yeah,
said?
that brings me up to my movie point about the about cancer. That's the reason why in our older generation, a lot of people worked in the federal government, and that's one of the reasons how my grandmother caught cancer, because even though she wasn't a smoker, secondhand smoke got into a lot of people. And you understand these old buildings back in the day, they had they could smoke at their desk.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Yeah.
can smoke at your
people-
desk.
Right, and so people understand a lot of people back in the day caught through secondhand smoke.
Just through secondhand smoke.
Got cancer.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
know?
real.
So the reason why it was one of the ideas my movie, my grandmother worked in the federal government, federal printing office, and she wasn't a smoker at all. Then my grandfather, he smoked pipes for
Right.
a while. But with her catching that in her system, and she caught cancer. Oh, wow. You know, so, and that's the reason why it inspired me to do this movie. I lost my grandmother at a real pivotal age. I was 18 years old, a senior in high school, was playing ball.
Wow.
And we were very close. You know.
Right.
So when I lost her, because the fact that, which goes to the topic of my movie, Untold Secret, they did not want to talk about it. Our parents did never want to talk about that. They
Right.
never talked about the C word.
Right. Did we-
So if you look back, a lot of our uncles or whoever worked in the federal government, people smoked at their desks.
Yep.
Man that didn't smoke. Secondhand
It's crazy.
smoke.
I remember being
But-
in
but-
restaurants and
but-
people at the bar
but even-
smoking.
okay, but even still, you know what? And I look at it, and I brought this up a couple of days ago to somebody. Yes, we have a lot of problem with people smoking here in this country, but you have a lot. If you go outside of this country, you have chain smokers that smoke all the time, and they don't nearly have as much cancer as we do. And
Well-
I wonder, is it something that we put in our cigarettes that they don't, or what?
Well, you remember the lawsuit?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you remember the lawsuit wherein the big cigarette
Philip
cigarette
Morris?
king, Philip Morris, because they was putting something in it for attracting people to smoke.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nicotine,
Nicotine. So, so it really couldn't get off of it. It was in this system, and every time they were chain smokers.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
Well-
about health anyway.
You know?
Yeah, we definitely will get back into
Yeah.
that.
So I'm just
Yo,
gonna let you
and
know
I-
we was talking about that.
And I cannot
Yeah.
wait. Now I cannot wait till everybody see the trailer of your movie.
I appreciate
So
that.
we're gonna go into
Appreciate
some
that.
hot topics. Then after that,
Yeah.
we're gonna bring up your trailer.
Yeah, appreciate
Y'all ready for some hot topics?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
go.
do it. Let's do it.
I did lose my notes that quick.
This nigga ain't had his shit together.
No, I had it. I was trying, but my phone was dying. Anyway, ain't no excuses. Anyway, let's talk about this. And I'm glad we got some ladies in the audience right now to give us their advice. And I can't wait. Shout out to Aisha with her nasty ass. She talking about some y'all should hit women with bushes, but now y'all want them shaved.
That's
Anyway.
right.
Hey.
We ain't trying to go through the forest no more.
No, hey, no, I don't know. See, Bush used to be sexy to me, but
You don't trust the bush.
it left
no
me
more.
behind.
Right. You don't know what they got on it.
You know how many niggas caught crabs because of
I know
bushes?
that the bush.
But just like back in the day, we used to like a little mustache on a girl. Y'all ain't like that? That was hot.
Yeah,
Right.
That was sexy.
Little hairy leg. I,
The little girl had this
I just see
thing-
a girl with a bathing suit and got the hair coming out the bathing suit right there. I was like, God,
I'm trying to tell
Nowadays,
you.
you be like,
got that.
Which
the
is
hell
crazy
is wrong
because
with
they
you?
do that. Women do it, but they started doing that for each other. Because I know men wasn't complaining about that.
right.
Then they messed it up. Just like that daggone Eve got that apple and everybody got to wear clothes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on.
He
on.
went way back.
I'm just saying, women mess that up. They always do. Yo, let's talk about this. Now that we got some women in the audience. So I don't know if our audience members are Housewives of Atlanta watchers or whatever. You are great. And I know our listeners are because a lot of them are creeps. So this past week, Sheree had a birthday party, right?
Right.
So her potential boyfriend she's dating now is the guy Montel from the other show on OWN station. So they're dating. So he threw her a birthday dinner. So after the dinner, the bill
Love in
came.
Huntsville. That's his show.
Huntsville, Love in Huntsville. So after the show, after the dinner, the bill came to $1,200, and so he asked the ladies for their cash out to pay for their food. Do y'all think? And I know I want to hear our men's. If this is your woman, and she has like 10 of her friends out, the bill is only $1,200.
He said, oh,
Do y'all think that he should have paid the whole bill?
I think he should. Now, me personally, let me say.
Show me $1,200 right now, buddy.
I can show you $200.
It's only
In
$1,200.
my account, I can show you more
No,
than that.
show me $1,200 right now.
I mean,
Everything
I
is
have a
by
credit card.
No,
I
no,
can show
no,
you.
no, no.
You
Cash.
can pull up my account. Who keep cash?
So okay, we
lot
know,
of people do.
We know your opinion. You saying no that
Me
everybody should
personally,
have
I
paid.
think if I was Montel and I'm a celebrity like he is, $1,200 should have been nothing. He should have covered. That's his girl.
I
He
don't
shoulda-
think it was
he
about the
shoulda
money.
covered
It's the
tab.
principle.
The
Of what?
principle is wrong. He
The
should have
principle
paid that
is
bill.
they make.
She shoulda left
first of
him
all,
that day.
Do all of them make a check? Do all of them get a check?
He make enough. to
No,
do-
no, 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 no.
You
Do-
just saw his.
hold on.
But
do
then
all of them get a check?
who?
All the women that was at the
There's
dinner.
a difference.
What that got to
No, no.
do with anything,
Do
though?
all of those women get
What
a check?
does that
Do
have
they
to
get a
do with anything?
substantial
That's the same
amount
question
check?
you can ask him, though.
Yes.
Do they get a
It's the same
substantial
question you can
amount?
ask him.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You brought about his amount. What about them? They have enough to pay for their
Yeah. So
check.
so explain to us,
Right.
Arnold,
Okay.
why because he makes enough to do it, he should do it.
Because if, you, like, for instance, you go out with me, I'm
Hold on,
celebrating.
why should he
okay, I'm
do
talking
it?
about me personally.
Okay,
And
why-
then
why
I'ma
should
tell
you do it?
I'm gonna tell you why he should do it. Because that's his girl.
Is that your girl or your wife? Is the girl his wife?
This girl.
Whatever.
They're not married.
Even if that was my.
And it's her friends.
if that was her friends.
And they sat down
And I
and
was,
ate up $1,200 worth of food.
if I
And
can-
drinks.
if I can afford it, which I'm sure. you could-
And you
So-
just ought to just because.
yeah, if you can.
Well, if you
afford it,
feeling good, if you
tell
feel
the
like
truth
it,
then. Tell the truth, you ain't had the money.
No, it's
That's
not
the
about the
point.
money.
It's not the point.
It's about the principle.
If you feel like you
It's not
want
a
to do
person.
it,
That's my girl. I'm gonna take care of her and her girls.
if
and
you
hang out.
feel like you
So-
want to
Take
do
care
that,
of your
that's
girl.
fine.
No, but
They're
this-
not your
No, but this is
You
the
ain't
thing.
fucking them.
No, but Dave, this is the
Oh,
thing.
I'm
If I
fucking
throw
her,
a
though.
party, if you come to my house, I throw a party.
That's different. You're
that's
not
the
at a
same thing.
restaurant.
It's my girl's birthday party, so
If
I'm
you-
going to.
If you throw a party,
I would,
it's
at least,
different.
I would at least pay for the food. I'll be like, everybody else, you buy your drinks. I would at least pay for the food. I'll be
Yeah,
like,
say
hey, your
something.
food is on
That's
me.
like 700. Okay,
Were
so
they invited?
Yeah, they was
They was
invited
in-
by him.
he invited them to come out for their birthday, for her birthday party.
I'll be honest. What I would normally do in a situation like that, I would throw down like 650, 700, and be like, I paid for majority of everybody, so whatever y'all divvy up is less than what you
No,
would have
but
paid.
you gotta tell. But you should be up front. If you, I'm inviting
These
you, hold
women
on,
are rich.
Let me say this.
Be upfront about
But
what?
let me say this. Be up front. If he wasn't going to cover the tab, that he should have said, hey, I'm having a situation with my mom. This is the price. You know, we coming here. You know, make sure that, you know, you can buy your own
Did
stuff.
he
I'm
invite
pretty-
them?
He invited them.
He invited them
oh.
for her party.
Yeah, he put the
Oh,
party together.
He invited them.
Yeah,
Oh,
he put the
party
now that
together.
might
So
be,
he invited everybody.
that might be a little
Yeah.
different. That might be a
Right.
little different.
No, he just
So he
invited
should've
them
been-
out for her
Her
party.
birthday,
So
yeah.
he should
Yeah,
have.
that's
He
a
should have
little
covered
different.
it.
That's a little
He
different.
should have covered it.
Now, see, that's why I was asking you to make a point. Now, that would have been a good point to make.
That's what I'm saying.
He invited them
Come
out.
out to
He
eat.
invited them to celebrate.
All of them make more than him.
If y'all came out to my thing, if I don't tell y'all up front, hey, my wife, I'm having a little get together for my wife at this spot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys,
but
and
I'm gonna
if,
tell you,
if you don't
up
say
front,
every
it's at a
man for
restaurant-
himself,
At
If
a
it's at a
restaurant.
restaurant, I'm expecting to pay.
you gonna say if he say every man for himself, we know what that means. If he say just
but
come
I'ma
and
tell
I
up
got you,
front, yeah, hey, y'all welcome to come out, you front your bill. You know what I'm saying? But these,
There's
also,
plenty of times
All right,
you invited
okay, so
us out.
that's-
I know you had it, but I still am coming out of my pocket, buddy.
because
that-
I know you got it.
that
So why
listen,
was-
listen.
See? Thank you. He know they got it. Thank you. You made
No,
my
but
point.
but like
you made my
but
point.
like for my daughter, my daughter, when I go out for her birthday and it's like it's like four of her friends, I paid the whole bill. You know what I'm saying for my daughter. You know
That's
what I'm
your
saying?
daughter. That's
And-
different.
and if I had
but
a
you
wife
haven't
or
had
girlfriend-
event. You have invited us to a spot and you covered it all, right?
No, I have not.
Yes, you
Yes,
have.
you have.
No, I
Oh
have
my
not.
God!
Yes,
I should
you
throw
have.
this pillow.
No, I have not.
You
First
have
of
paid
all-
for all of us to eat before a couple of times. You haven't.
No.
You a lie. You a lie.
Pastor,
You a lie.
I ain't write it off on my taxes,
you
so
invited
no.
us somewhere and you paid the whole bill.
Yes, exactly.
Arnold invited us somewhere for Tamika. He's paid the whole bill. No.
No. That's a motherfucking lie.
Different.
And he got it. He just told you he said he can show you $1,200. Right? See?
Just $1,200.
Toya said not.
But
Dave,
I'm just talking about.
Dave, don't read the comments. Don't read
But
the
I'm
comments.
just saying, I mean, the bill be like $200, and you be like,
Anyway.
hey, you know,
We gonna split this
We
four
gonna
ways.
split this.
Anyway,
up.
I'm saying
That-
y'all dudes. I'm saying, but we.
All right, so this-
females.
No, I'm
but-
talking about even if we.
Okay, everybody, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. So, majority of people saying that he was right by asking him for
I say
cash
he was
apps.
wrong.
I say it was wrong too.
Especially you want to be a
He asked
boss.
him to cash app him.
At the end of the day, he was asking everybody to cash app for their meal.
Hey, I
After the
mean,
fact.
Yeah, but even if he would have said
So what? It was like $100 a person.
it was like $100 a person.
they
It's about
with
to-
their
Okay,
No, it was
you
his own
crying
girl-
over
all
$100?
ladies.
It was all girls. I'd have covered it, man.
No,
They was with their husbands.
he crying over
No,
$100.
it was there with their husbands
and,
too.
and
No, if they was there with their husbands, nah, the husbands.
Thank
got
you,
know, I
thank
got
you.
oh, their husband was there too.
Yeah.
No,
See,
no,
y'all ain't
no,
say all
it
these
was-
details.
No, it was not
What's
husbands.
the detail?
It must have been there
all
too,
girls
wasn't it?
or
No,
all-
it was all girls. It was all girls.
No, I heard the men were there.
Oh, nah, they should have paid that.
Well, Candy wasn't there. Candy
ain't
would have been
taking
like,
no
I'll
dude,
just cover
man.
the bill. Candy
Exactly.
wasn't there.
I feel like, you know
Or
what?
Nene was there. Nene would have covered the whole bill.
No.
Nene ain't even thought of. She's an afterthought of the show.
You know
Stop
what
bringing
I'm
her
saying?
up.
Nene always to cover the bill. Anyway, moving on. Yo, let's talk about some good news. You talking about who's having a fantastic year. Our runner, our hood woman herself, Miss Sha'Carri Richards.
I thought you were talking about Lizzo.
No, she's having a meal.
Shout out to Sha'Carri, yo. Yes.
Sha'Carri, come on, let's
What's
shout out
up,
for
Sha'Carri?
So, talking about a
That's what's
comeback
up.
story, how do y'all feel about the fact that she was down. I mean, that weed took her out. Almost not as bad as the lesbian with no titties, but but
Yeah, come on, I'm very happy for her.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Kudos
No,
to her
but-
because the media really beat her.
they did.
The media really beat her up for that.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing about the media. On two sides, how they look at things. Okay, she was going through something at that point. She's young. She just lost her mom.
Right.
Okay, and people don't like they always want to look at the bad on certain things. So if we watched the story before I was coming in, like, wow, she broke the record. That's amazing.
Exactly.
It means sometimes what people understand in life is you got to take a negative and turn it to a positive. And God doesn't make any mistakes. So what I'm saying to her is what she did is locked in. Somebody stepped into her life and made her get out, sit down, lock in, focus, and focus on her dream and goal. And look where she is right now. And we only talk about 2.5, 3 years.
You're right.
You know, and so that's what people have to understand. We into this media thing, but we have to sit back and look at the human nature of stuff as well.
Exactly.
You know, every mistake sometimes it could be a positive.
No, she.
Right.
I think
you have to turn a negative into that positive.
Sure.
I think
You know?
for most people, they have to have a setback to set themselves up.
That's true.
Because they need something
Been there,
to
done that.
focus
Got
on.
that. Had that T-shirt. Got that T-shirt.
Yo, shout out to Aisha Hayes. She said Sha'Carri would never be able to live down the marijuana scandal, period.
So
I
she
disagree.
already lived it down.
That's true.
I think she already lived it down.
No, what I'm saying. So like
Disagree.
next year when the Olympics come up, that's going to be the main focal point.
But they can. But the fact that she's a world champion right
Yeah,
now,
the record's
the
gonna
fact that
speak
she
for
set a record.
But that's still going.
No, it's always going to be brought up.
That's what she's saying.
But
Yeah.
but
Just like even
but
your
no,
boy,
but it's different. You say she ain't gonna live
right.
it down. I
Well-
think she already lived it down.
Well, I don't know because even when our boy dang, how can I mess his
No,
name?
no,
When
listen,
the Lakers
no-
when the
nobody-
Lakers guy died, how can I mess his name?
Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant died. They still brought up the white girl.
That's what I'm
getting
saying.
Right.
So
stabbed
that's what
in
I'm
the
saying.
ass.
But so living it down can't be, the definition can't be that nobody ever brings it up again because that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, what about
Yeah.
the swimmer?
Well,
What
It's
was
gonna
that?
always
Michael
be brought up.
Phelps.
It's
Michael
gonna always
Phelps,
be brought up
right?
again.
He kind of got disqualified for weed charges, right?
At one time, he got caught smoking weed, but that's fine. But I'm saying anything that happens to you is going to be brought up
Yeah.
every time.
Well, that's living down is not based on you. It's based on what everybody else feels
Opinion.
or opinion of you.
Right.
It's not about what you have done and what you have overcome.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that the definition of living it down can't be, the definition can't be no one brings it up anymore because it's going to be brought up.
Well, that is
'Cause-
living it down.
No, nobody lives it down. No, nobody ever lives anything down.
Right. then.
Toya had a good point. She said, yes, she will. I guess,
She already
it-
did.
you know,
I said she
like
already
you
did.
said, she agreed with. She said that's what they said about Vanessa Williams, and that's true. Because even though Vanessa Williams had that scandal, but
I
she's
still
known-
got that. I remember I sent y'all
Still got the magazine?
the Penthouse magazine.
Y'all weren't even in that era.
Go ahead.
No, that was in the 70s, right?
No, it was in the 80s.
1985.
85.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah.
me.
You must be a fan.
Trust
Well, I was
me.
in college.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I was in college, and I remember this. The
Shout out to
scandal-
Ron B.
Yeah, the scandal came out. I could be wrong about my 85, whatever, but
It was
she
84,
won-
I think it was.
84. She won Miss America, okay, and then something that she did back when she was a teen. Somebody found some pictures.
Right.
She posed nude.
And I never forget, honestly, when it hit the magazine and it came to the student.
Yeah, it
union
was- it
building,
actually wasn't
and
that far
The
ago.
student union building, them magazines went like this. Shh.
They went.
They went fast.
Yeah, and
You
it
know,
wasn't that long ago. I think she
But
did
I
like
will say this, though.
3 years before she.
One thing, when she kind of disowned us,
Vanessa.
yes, you gotta look it up. She disowned us, and who took her back? We did as a people. We gave
Yeah,
her a
that's
we
the
gave her a
only
second
misstep
chance.
she did.
So when
You know,
did she? How did she disown? If you mind me asking.
She at that point she really didn't own African American as being her true.
her
part
main
of her
race.
identity.
Exactly. It was like OJ.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not black. I'm OJ."
Yeah.
Black
So-
people were like that. Some the high end black folk, the good looking,
Right.
stars, skilled
Right.
black people. A lot of them was like acting like I'm not black. You know what I'm saying?
American.
Right. It's you understand. Social media was not.
But then when they
prevalent
whip
back then.
whip you though, you come back and you want us to come and pick you up
NCAA
and rub your
was-
back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to our girl L Boogie. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
She said the scandal doesn't go away, but her skills will prove her perseverance.
That's what she did. I think she did it by winning that race, man, and setting that record. I think that's amazing on her part, man. What I hate is that, you know, she remembered that the white media tore her down very badly
At a wrong time in her life.
at a hard time in her life.
Yeah.
So when she won, she walked past the white media and said no thank you to their interviews, and she interviewed with the black
You talking about the track?
Shakara, yeah.
Yeah, just spoke
Yeah,
the
she
record.
walked past. She walked past the white people and said, "No,
Man,
thank you."
Gang. I don't mess
She
with
said, "No,
that.
thank you." Exactly. And so now they trying to act like that's a problem. It's like they want to use that to try to cancel her. So we gotta make sure we look out for sister. You know what I'm
They
saying?
tried to cancel the girl from was playing basketball when they won the championship.
Oh yeah,
Because she did like
Angel
this.
Reese.
Yeah, she did like this. They tried to cancel her.
Aisha said, "How did she talking to you, Mr. Brown?" She said, "How did we take her back? Truly, she was never put back on a pedestal."
Well,
She's been put back.
No, we accept her. We
so before I answer that question, I have to understand what era this young lady's in. Okay, I was in that era back in college when this really happened.
I was 10, but go
Yeah.
ahead.
So at that point, she did not really claim her race at that time. You know what I'm saying? When she
Right.
won Miss America.
right.
See,
Okay.
I mean,
But what really made her humble was after this scandal,
And they stripped her of the crown.
all that, she came back. Who accepted her? We did. She got NAACP awards. You know, she
Yeah,
she started-
and black
she
people
started-
didn't, and
she
we
started
didn't, and we
doing
didn't
music.
ride her
She
as
didn't ride
bad.
her back.
like her first
all
album,
her
her
movies
first
been
album
then
was
she- and so
her first
now she
album was
was able to-
completely R&B. That right
Right.
stuff and all that was
Yeah.
completely
Yeah,
R&B.
all
So,
movies.
but so, and
So
I would just say
no
in her
disrespect-
defense.
Excuse me a second. So no disrespect for the person who made the comment.
Right.
You know, I want to know what era they in. I was in that era. I was a,
Aisha, she said she's in your era too. She's
okay. Okay, I respect that.
Damn, you look good, Aisha.
Yeah. So,
Shout out to Toya. She said, "At in the mind of the majority." I don't know what she's talking about. No means no, baby.
No, but I would just say to to
first
her
album went
defense,
Wood.
right? A lot of times when you're in the entertainment business, right, they try to shun you from just promoting black,
Right.
and you have to do that to go even further. And when you going for Miss America, they wasn't accepting no black Miss America
Right.
back then in the 80s.
Oh yeah, so look, hey, that's real.
right.
I was just thinking about that today. I was thinking about why black billionaires don't really do a lot of overt work to empower black people, right?
Right.
Like, don't wait for government. Y'all got $1 billion. Why they don't do it? I realize they actually can't,
Right.
because even though they're billionaires, they can speak up and champion a cause, but they can't actually make real efforts to put money and resources into other black people. They start making other black millionaires like overtly, the power structure will take them out.
Right.
see it-
Just like Robert Smith, what he did for Morehouse
Right.
Yep.
seniors
That's what I
in
wanted to say.
2019.
Right.
They brought up
Charges
some tax evasion.
Yep.
They
stuff.
because they
and
tried
they
to
and
take
they
him
seized the money that he had put in a separate account for their tuition.
yeah, and that was just a chastening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Telling him, be careful, don't be doing too much.
Right.
Because even over they can't do but so much, because the power structure, the country really is run by Jewish, white, European.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Dave
they
Chappelle
will
said that.
they will not allow you to empower black people overtly.
So
Right.
do you think Sha'Carri is going to have issues getting like endorsements because of the fact that
She's
not,
she's definitely gonna have those issues, but she's gonna.
Nah.
But the problem is this: they're not gonna. She's gonna get some endorsements, but she's not gonna get the endorsements like how
The high-end joints.
Yeah, like how Michael Phelps,
Simone
Steven still
Biles.
got, like Simone Biles. Yes.
Yeah. Way and all
Those
that
big Gatorade contracts, she might not get those, right?
it's not because of their bad weed
But she can.
choices.
But this the thing. This is another generation. Like Logan Paul making so much money with that new drink he got. What's it called?
I don't even know. I didn't even know he had a
I'm
drink.
gonna go to the other side of the fence on that. This area is a little different. She has time to work on that. We are a year away from the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay, if she continues doing what she's doing, win the Olympics,
Yeah.
that'll fade out. I mean, there's so many endorsements out there.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
You got,
And
you,
that's
got,
what-
you got the Gatorades or the bottled waters.
You
got
got-
so many type of scenarios.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
though,
way.
She can, a lot of people can give you some contract. Yeah, she gonna get that money.
It's a scar, but I don't think that's going to be something.
Because
that's
like,
gonna
Yeah, she gonna
and I'm
get
glad
that.
you
Well-
brought, I'm
Yeah,
glad
you
y'all
talking
brought up
Weezer,
Vanessa
Buck-
Williams. 'Cause
her
that's a
Weezer
good
the
example
Box.
because she
That
really
type of stuff.
bounced back. Vanessa Williams really bounced back. Like that year she came back, she got a Grammy, NAA.
Right.
She
But
got
let's-
everything.
But let's be honest.
But, okay, so-
to the point though, what he said is she still came back to black and
Oh.
blacks. Like all her movies since that situation been
Soul
black.
Food.
Well, she ain't had no movies before that situation.
So
You know
here's-
what I'm saying? But
she ain't had no career before that
right,
situation.
what I'm saying, but her movies are tripping. Black
No,
folks.
Ugly Betty. Her on TV. On TV, she plays like
I never saw
I
Ugly
never
Betty.
see Ugly Betty.
she was amazing on it. And then Desperate Housewives.
I
Desperate
figured
Sleeping
you would
Housewives,
see some shit like
stuff
that.
like
Soul
that.
Food.
But here's
So-
She
was
did,
black.
she did amazing. Yeah. So
but here's the thing though. I think what I was trying to say, I made that long point. I'm sorry. I made that long point about how black beings can't overtly help black people. The point I really wanted to make with that was that it makes me look differently at an OJ and Vanessa Williams. Why? Because it's hard to excel in those different
Right.
genres to get to the top if you don't actually play the game.
Right, you
And-
got to play the game.
And you can't be acting extra pro-black. And like the stuff that India Arie doing, like
Right.
India Arie's career literally never did what it could
What
or
Alicia
should have
Keys'
done.
career did.
Huh?
What Alicia Keys' career did. Because
Exactly.
Right.
She didn't do what Alicia Keys
Right.
did.
She,
Exactly.
But they came out around the
So,
same
but y'all,
time.
But y'all understand that point, but y'all still mad at Obama because he couldn't do everything for the black people.
Preach,
Good point.
brother.
Good point.
Nigga,
Good point.
we didn't ask him to do everything. We asked him to do one thing.
Good point, though. Good point.
Just for blacks.
Hey,
We
I
asked
said,
him to do
I
one
said
thing
that makes me look at it
just for
differently
blacks.
because I realize it's hard to do. Yo, you
Can't do it all.
can't just be.
Speaking of which, since that's a good little segue, because
Hey, but
we
we still
got to
gotta tell
hurry
the
up.
truth. He still ain't doing it for black people.
Right.
Right.
He ain't do not one thing for
It's
black
still the
people.
truth.
Oh,
Speaking
y'all
of
hold
which,
it
speaking
down.
of which, we gotta move on. I'm glad y'all brought up Obama because I'm gonna talk about this
Yeah,
too.
you want to cut us off now? We bring it up.
No,
your
'cause
boy.
This next story is about Obama is my boy. So his brother actually, his brother actually is getting really dragged by black media, black
that?
Twitter. Barack Obama brother. So recently he did an interview.
He has a
His
half brother.
yeah,
He has a half brother.
African.
His
I'm
brother.
not aware.
His brother is saying that first of all he made this statement that he think Barack is gay, and
He said this
he
stuff.
said this stuff, and then also he said that somebody asked Barack for some money or something like that, and Barack said that Barack didn't help them the way that they wanted. He didn't give them all they needed. He gave them enough to help them get started, but not all the money they wanted. So now he's trying to say that
nigga
Barack
attitude.
doesn't. He got a mad. He cut Barack off. Now, granted, Barack didn't meet him until 1985 because I think this is the brother on his father's side.
Yes.
So then he posted this picture on his Instagram where before Barack was famous. Now he think he's better than all of us and all this
He
stuff.
is.
So do y'all think his brother's just jealous of him or?
Yeah, his brother.
You gotta have a bunch
so-
of those. You have to have a bunch of those.
So
You gotta.
I mean, it's good to be able to help people, but you don't have to help them all the way. If they never willing to put in the initiative to do any of the work, then why wouldn't they just fuck that up and come right back to you? You know what I'm saying?
But that's what Barack said. Barack I'm not gonna just give you what you want. I give you what you need.
Right.
And that's what they got
No,
mad
Barack,
about.
he ain't explain nothing because Barack don't even respond.
Yeah, I mean,
right. You shouldn't even respond
as
to that.
I think we always have said, like when you get into the higher echelon of certain industries, you learn it's a different world. It's a different game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got to move much differently. So
Yeah.
You gotta pick your battles.
absolutely.
Yeah, you be like Denzel on that movie when he talk about don't talk to me. You talk to Henry, then Henry tell me.
Exactly.
But my
American
thing,
Gangster.
Never talk to me.
but do you think?
Never talk to me
you
that
think
way.
that-
American Gangster.
Yeah.
So I know that we have somewhat, I wouldn't call you guys Barack haters, but majority of the world, Barack is our Martin Luther King. Like we really
Why?
hate. I mean, he is. He would be considered our modern day Martin Luther King.
I think
So
it's-
do people? Hold on, let me finish my statement.
Okay.
So do you think that it's in bad taste for his brother to speak badly about him in this way? I mean, it's not going to work
It's
out
no
good for him.
difference between his brother. It's no difference between Tavis Smiley. No difference between the
Jesse
dude,
Jackson.
the country Bama is running for president right now. The professor,
Cornel West.
Cornel West. All them jokers. When you say Jesse Jackson, all them jokers, when they talk bad about Obama, black folks demolish them. and destroyed them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
That's
like
facts.
it's like
You
the
don't talk bad
Beehive. When you talk
Obama,
bad about
Big Black.
Beyonce, you done.
Wow.
That's right. You
So-
do Beyonce wrong, I'm telling you, I will cut you off personally.
You be done.
You know, I don't fuck up with Beyonce.
Anyway.
That's why I don't mess with you. That's why you had to move to Florida.
Anyway, we got a couple. Oh, you got some fans in the audience, Mr. Brown. They like. We talk about the movie yet. We're gonna talk about. We got two more things to talk about, and we're gonna get to this movie. Yo, so your girl's also in the media right now. We haven't seen her in a while. Your girl Raven Simone. So she has a podcast. Her and her wife, right? So she had Whoopi Goldberg on there. The day before yesterday, she asked Whoopi, "Is she gay?" So the question is that a lot of people are saying that why does a lot of gay people want everybody to be gay?
Exactly.
And that's what the Black Twitter is saying.
It
Raven
feels
Simone.
like-
I don't
feels like it.
understand that.
It feels like it sometimes.
I don't understand.
I don't think gay people want everybody to be gay, but
They keep trying to recruit.
I wouldn't say that either. But I will say this
I got a
though.
cousin say this
I
rampant out here.
I do feel like gay people do push the gay into
You're
the
not gay?
in the spotlight, and if you do anything off a little bit, they'd be like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to accuse you of being closeted so fast.
Can
Like,
I
why?
say Aisha is going to hell? She said she didn't ask her what happened to her eyebrows. Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg
She
did
said-
ask Raven Simone what happened to her.
No,
eyebrow.
Raven Simone didn't ask Whoopi Goldberg what happened to her. You know, Whoopi
She
ain't got
never
no
had
eyebrows.
though.
Wow,
I
that's
saw
so
some
wrong.
nice pictures. I'm sorry, I'm going all over the place, but
Anyway.
I saw some nice pictures of Whoopi Goldberg
From back in the day.
recently. Yeah, she
Oh.
was kind of sexy a little bit.
Aisha also said Whoopi got a whole husband and a child. That's true.
Ain't
But I don't
grandkids.
know. Black media really tore into Raven for asking that. Almost as bad when she said she had never hired Watermelon Alicia. So, Watermelon Alicia, whatever.
Yeah, Walker Lisa, yeah.
Walker, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the question she was saying. Yo, let's talk about some local news before we move on real quick. So, I think we have a clip of what's the DC rep name?
Trayon White.
Trayon White, right?
Did we send it in?
Well, our producer was supposed to handle it. Now I
Right.
can't even tell that story.
You can't tell.
You
can
can
tell
still
the story
tell the story.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the giant
on Alabama.
on
Avenue.
Alabama Avenue, right?
Yeah.
So
Say DC, Joe.
so apparently it's been robbed several times to the point of over $500,000.
Yeah,
I
but
think,
over the last year.
in the last year. And so
In theft.
he actually made a plea to the people saying that if you guys keep robbing from here, that there's going to be no more stores in this area.
The Giant is threatening to close the
Giants
store.
Or
threatened to close.
Avenue store.
Yeah, Alabama Avenue.
And
So-
that's the closest store in Southeast,
There's
right?
already a food desert over there.
So,
Right.
there's no other store really in that ward or close by.
Yeah, you gotta go to next one. You gotta go to
No,
Oxon
that's
Hill.
not true. Actually, the Safeway is up the street. The Safeway's up the
They
street.
already
But-
Yeah, the
know.
Safeway.
But those the only, but they robbed that one too, though. So
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's the same. Well, I'm sorry. They put a Lidl right over there across from the Safeway now.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel though? Do y'all think that he got a point? Like, do y'all
Well,
think?
that
I mean,
kinda
he
like
has a
that.
point, but also you have to create something for the youth in general, right? To have, you can't expect that we just gonna sit. They're gonna sit around and just not have nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're
Are you-
gonna get it how they feel.
So they
You know what
supposed
I'm
to
saying?
steal? That's all right to steal.
It's not what it's about, right? If you don't have, you're gonna do what you got to do. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so then that means the rec center's not gonna help because the rec center's not gonna help them because if they
That's
hungry,
not feeding them.
yeah, exactly. If they hungry, they hungry. I think
No.
that,
But see, rec centers do help for the simple fact of it is they do feed you. They do
Nah.
help
Shit, I
you.
went to a rec center. I never ate at a
Never
rec
ate.
center.
You
right.
never had a rec center?
I played
I
ping
would-
pong.
Yeah.
Never ate.
At the rec center, I always
could-
they always fed you.
Nah.
They-
They did.
During the daytime, day camp. But I want
Right.
to piggyback on that. That's kind of like what happened to Landover Mall.
Yeah.
People understand that. You know, but when they built Landover Mall, if you remember, they had Italian stores. They had Bloomingdale's. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, Macy's over there,
and
Sears.
Macy's, you know, Macy's really, Woody's and Loafers.
But people were stealing.
So Bloomingdale said we can't afford to stay here.
I don't know what it wasn't stealing. It got real ghetto. It got real ghetto. It got to the point to where people was fighting down there at the movie theater and
True.
It was
I'm
just.
talking about the
And the
fact
mall
that-
became a hangout spot,
But
that would have been killed by Rexton because it was nowhere to hang out, so you wouldn't have hung out at the mall.
First of all, PG Plaza was the same way. Somebody even actually got shot in PG Plaza,
Recently.
and it's still surviving.
Well, PG Plaza,
Nah,
I mean,
PG
PG
Plaza
Plaza
don't
was
have
different.
no good stores.
Forestville Mall is hanging on the
It
thread.
still has the Macy's in
No,
there.
Iverson
It has
has
a
Iverson
JC
is hanging
Penney's
on
in
the
there. It
but
has
Iverson got some
You
good
ever
deals.
been to the PG?
Anyway, yo, we're gonna one day
Yeah.
we're gonna have we'd like to invite Mr. White on the show
Treon
soon,
White.
and
Yeah,
to talk more. We are in contact with Sharice and get him on the show to discuss more in that situation. Hopefully everything work out. Yo, of course, I had a couple other things, but we got a lot to talk about today, and so I'm going to close Hot Topics right now, yo. Hot Topics
That
sponsored by that of. Hot Topics sponsored that of the LeBaron, where we're staying in this beautiful studio, yo. PDO, tell them what's going on with the LeBaron.
So yeah. So if you're looking to do a podcast or you want to do your own show, check us out. Go online to thelebaron.com and pull us up. Check us out, and you can do your show. Have a personal engineers sit up. Invite your guests in live or stream them in and do your interviews. Whole 9 yards. So total professional setup. So.
Total professional setup.
Also,
us
you got a book out. You want to promote your book? Come promote your book.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be.
Nah,
Yeah.
not you.
signing
I'm
here.
just saying.
Oh, they can do that. Yeah.
A book
Exactly.
signing would be great, yo. Yo, anyway, thank you, PDO. For all your media needs, go to lebaron.com. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Yo, of course, we got live in the building. Our man, straight from, he already told us he's from the 80s. 85, he was in college. No, he actually from the 60s, then. 85 college. But anyway, moving on. Yo, you giving us a so 90s look. I'm feeling it. Okay. I'm going to get up and do the run. We back again. Hey. Yo, we got our very own local movie creator, producer, director, film, cameraman. You do everything with your little iPhone 10.
No.
And,
I can do that, but I did not do that on this project.
You didn't know this
I have a
project.
producer. Shout out to El Boogie, Miss Johnson. She was one of the producers on the film. I basically am the writer and director of the film.
Oh wow.
And we had a crew. We had a phenomenal cast.
Well, before we
Yeah.
get into that, let's look at the trailer.
Sure.
Do we have the trailer?
Mom, hurry up! We're gonna be late! You know you have to take me to school!
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
Life sometimes can put you on
Damn dollar? That's all you got?
the flip side.
I got diagnosed with schizophrenia about 2 years ago.
If it wasn't for you, those years ago, I wouldn't be here today.
Untold Secrets. The flip side. Coming to theaters soon.
Wow. Okay,
Nice.
that brought my high down, but it's all good.
That's a good thing. I wanted to.
It is. So, Mr. We go you go by D Brown, but your
Yes.
full name is
Dwayne Brown.
Dwayne Brown. Okay. And so, is this your first like major movie, or is there something else you did prior to this?
I've done several projects,
Come closer
but
to
this
the mic.
project was kind of it kind of like sucked me in emotionally, and I put a lot into it. There's other projects that I had on a slate to really do, and I knocked on a lot of doors to try to get this project done. And like anything, you put a fish hook out there, sometimes you know nothing comes back. So what I did over the past 3 years, just took my time and made this film. This film is about cancer awareness and mental health. And the topics I came up with is because like on the cancer side, I lost all my grandparents to cancer.
Whoa.
Yeah, all my grandparents to cancer, you know, when I was young. And the mental health side part of it, I just was writing and the character, and it just took on for itself. And somebody told me one day, said, man, this mental health thing is hot, you know? And when I was doing the writing and putting the film together, it was during the pandemic. And they was like, mental health, man, you wanted something. And I was going through something myself mentally. My mom was sick. I lost my mom. So I was dealing with something mentally, trying to get this project done. So I had a lot of things going on. I'm trying to work 3 jobs to pay for the movie. Trying to deal with, you know, family issues, you know, trying to keep my sanity at the same time, but staying focused.
Sure.
You know, there's several things that's connected with the title, Untold. The reason why I came with the title, my cast director and I, we fought around with the title. I changed it for a while. It was going to just be the flip side because it was about a young lady who she was down at one point. The young man helped her. And years later, they came connected back on, as you've seen right there. He was down, and then she was up. So the flip side. But the untold story part of it is because when I lost all my grandparents, as a family, we never really talk about the C word. We never sat down and talk about what is cancer. You know, how do we deal with it? How you cope with it? Right. You know, in my era. Right. You know, and I'm not saying in my era, but we just didn't do that. You know, so based on that, and then the mental thing, I was dealing with a lot. Like I said, making this film and going through it, you know, on my back. I would shoot some, put it on the shelf, put some, and knocking on a lot of doors. And, you know, I'm not expecting that help. Like you was talking about his brother getting $50 or paying 50% or whatever. Right. Sometimes in life, you know, God puts you through things and says, okay, you gotta lean on me. Right. And, you know, and let me take you there. So, segue, that's my story. And I'm proud of myself, just trying to go on this media run, put it out there, people come out. But the most unique thing, fellas, I really want, excuse me, ladies in the gym, is that during this premiere we're going to have at the Bowie Performing Arts Center on September 22nd, we're going to have a discussion on these topics. We're going to have an expert on cancer awareness, and we're going to have an expert on mental health. Wow. And us putting on this out there, black males, we don't want to talk about mental health. You know, I was listening to a minister the other day, Keith Battle, was saying, you know what, our car game is on tight. Our hair game is on tight. The women's nails hit on tight. You know what I'm saying? The hair, but our mental, this ain't, you know, we let that go by the wayside. Mm-hmm. So I just want to create a conversation, something different and unique. So bringing people come to the audience and have this conversation.
So when you say we don't want to talk about the C word, are you saying the people that actually going through it, or once they die, like your family member don't want to say this is what they died of?
Well, put in perspective, like, they didn't really want to sit down with the family and say, you know what, grandma is sick, okay, and what is she sick from? Because they hid it. I remember they hid it from me for a long time, you know, until like a month or two, and that type of thing.
I think traditionally people,
especially in the black
that whole thing about not mentioning cancer, because cancer, it was almost an automatic death sentence.
Right.
Right. So when you said cancer, you basically said she's dying. She's about to die. Right. Not that it's about to be 5 years or 3 years or whenever God says. So it's that was death. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it was traditionally looked at. You know, like that. I'm interested in some of the nuts and bolts of the film. You said you wrote it through the pandemic. When did you all first start shooting, and how long did it take you to shoot the whole film?
We started shooting. We started shooting right toward the end of the pandemic. Rules were kind of laxing a little bit. We shot in and around Prince George's County. Matter of fact, all of it.
Okay.
Luckily, this is and I think we're going back to what you said, good and bad. The good part about it, a lot of people weren't at work at the time. You know, so what we did was we was able to lock down locations.
And have people available, right?
And have people available.
They weren't taking off work, right?
So that was a good thing. We didn't have a major that dealt with a lot of traffic and complications and those type of things. So yeah, I shot it toward the end of the pandemic. Okay, stop, put it on the shelf, got some more money, stop, put it on the shelf, stop, put it on the shelf, and edit, put it on the shelf.
You should got one of them PPP loans.
So it's funny you mentioned my wife works for Small Business Administration, so she knew all the rules. But I will shout out to an organization, Prince George's County Arts and Humanities Council, who helped me out as well, and State of Maryland Arts Gate was able to help me as well. But I just feel, sometimes in life you knock on doors, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. So, are the characters in this movie based upon a true story, or is this mainly fiction?
Some of it is a little bit based on the truth, not all of it. Shout out to the cast, Fahim Salam. He did a wonderful job. Denisha Sally, she did a wonderful job, really bringing out the characters. Actually, one time we were shooting and we just had to regroup. I lost some money at some point, but I'm not going to cry about that. We had to regroup, go back,
And reshoot some
and
stuff.
reshoot some stuff.
Yeah.
And I had to be real creative. I actually wanted it to be longer, but I had to deal with child actors laws, weather situations.
Sure.
So but you got to do. I had to do what I had to do.
All right, so
And then move on. Because what I'm doing is I have a trilogy as well. So it's a trilogy. The next one's going to be called Untold Secrets Shona. It's about a young lady who deals with schizophrenic and postpartum depression. The third one is going to be Untold Secrets Dysfunction, which in Spanish means dysfunction. It's about a family in the 70s. It's dealing with their mom, dealing with dementia.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you. I said so. Just to put a bow on everything. The Bowie Creative Arts Center on
Yes.
the 22nd.
22nd,
That's a
September
Friday. That's a
22nd.
Friday.
That's a Friday.
Next month, right?
Yes.
At what
yes.
time?
Doors open at 6. Come out. We have food. You can buy drinks.
How much does it cost?
Tickets are $15.
$15.
Right.
That's a good ticket.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the reason why. So what I try to do economically, a lot of people are going through this. We're still coming out this economically with COVID and everything. And I'm not trying to hate on other people what they're doing. I didn't want a price to be out there, turn people off. I want a price to be like, oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
It'll get you to the chair.
Sure.
I'm like Jay, I'm flipping 16 to an eighth to a key.
Yeah, exactly. $15.
That's what I'm doing.
So it's gonna be.
Drinks will be
it's
about
gonna be a
$20
Bowie.
a drink, though. I bet.
How do people find the film and find you? Where's it? Where's it?
My website is WeGotOur40acres.com, number one.
We got our 40acres.com.
You can go on to BowieCenter.org and purchase your tickets.
At BowieCenter.org.
Yep,
BowieCenter.org. It's gonna be in Bowie, Maryland.
Yeah, the Bowie Center for the Performing Arts.
Doors open at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
And your website is
We got our 40 acres.
We got our 40acres.com.
Yes.
Now they can't purchase tickets there though.
No, you go to the
But-
BowieCenter.org.
Yeah, shout out to El Boogie. She just posted it in the chat. If you
Perfect.
wanna,
Perfect. But they can find you at that website. How about your social media?
Dwayne, parentheses, D Brown. My IG is Dr. Brown TV Film 12, and we just created. We got our 40 acres for IG.
So,
Okay.
And I know you discussed some of your feelings about the movie, but what are you hoping that people take from this at the end of the day?
You know what I want everybody to take from this? The major discussion, the information. We have NAMI, who's going to be there to give out information. We're going to have tables. We have 2 tables. We have a table to give out information about mental health, and we have a table that's going to be there to give out information on cancer awareness.
Right.
We're going to have a panel, a cancer doctor there. We have a lady who survived cancer. On one end, we have a young man who has a book talk about mental health, and also have a therapist on site that's going to be able to talk about, ask questions to the audience. We have mics on the audience. They can walk up at the Performing Arts Center and ask questions.
So so not to spoil the movie or anything, but you're hoping that ultimately with this movie provoke the conversation on cancer and mental health, but also to add some hope, I guess.
Yeah, and also to
Take the stigma off.
yeah, that too. But I mean, of course, I'm entertainment trying to do other projects, but I think my gift is trying to open the conversation within the community.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what I've been promoting on a lot of the shows I've been on. as an artist, I mean, I just have to put faith in myself that the movie's going to do good.
Right, it's going to.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's going
And something's different. I'm bringing about awareness.
Right. So
You know?
we just found out, and I was speaking with Pastor yesterday in our team meeting, that so now people under the age of 50 to 30, the rise of cancer
Yeah.
is what's it say?
Yeah. So people under the age of 50, the cancer statistics are saying that people under 50 are having cancer more and more, right? And they said especially between like 30 and 39 years old. Like that particular demographic is super high, but basically more than ever before. It used to be something that happened later in life, but now young people are actually are being diagnosed with cancer at a high rate.
Right.
Well, I would, yeah. Our producer's engineer said one thing, radiation, but I would also say what's in our diet as well, too.
No, I think it's all this combination. Yeah, diet, radiation, the whole nine.
We like we was talking in the beginning of the show, we're eating way more processed food at a much younger age than we were. Like, if you wanted to go to McDonald's, right, it was a treat.
It was.
Now,
Yes.
now, you know what I'm saying, that's the first option. You know, most of us didn't have probably McDonald's on a regular basis until we was maybe old enough to buy it ourselves. We had a job,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying, able to go out and get it
Yeah,
ourselves.
you know. I think though, even beyond that though, even McDonald's is not what McDonald's used to be.
Right.
I feel like the doctors and the food scientists have gotten so much. They're more clever, right? And it was crazy that you won't believe this. This is a fact though. When the country changed its mind about nicotine and cigarettes and started pushing against that and turning it, the companies that own the cigarettes, that were producing the cigarettes, they went and bought all the food companies.
Yes.
These same people. So it's like they are in the business of addiction. They're in the business of keeping you attached and hooked to certain things. And so the food is way more sophisticated and produced. It ain't just regular food. So I think that's the thing. Sometimes we, like you said, we can feed our kids stuff that we ate, but it still ain't the same stuff. It's like they have gotten more. Yeah.
Shout out to El Boogie. She said
Yeah,
that she was diagnosed at 50.
Yeah, and
And,
so, yeah, our producer, she's is recovering from cancer herself. You know,
Yeah.
she has a story. That's another thing that inspired me about the film, and her being a producer. She's surviving. And another thing, back when our grandparents was getting cancer, they didn't have thing called chemo at the time.
Right.
You know, that wasn't really an option.
Right.
You know, you got it. They just kept you well for a while. You know, try to
Kept
make
you comfortable, right.
Kept you comfortable. You
Kind
know,
of like hospice without being hospice.
yeah.
My
so,
grandfather died
yeah,
of cancer at 45.
Yeah.
I wasn't born.
Wow.
when he died,
Right.
but he was
So you know,
45.
that's the thing that we're
Man,
gonna have.
it's crazy, yeah.
I want everybody to sit down and think about it as a people, and take away some information. How can you try to make things better? How can we look at these type of things? How can we have a conversation? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
most important thing.
Sure.
Yo, Aisha get asshole of the week. She said, yes, today's Pop-Tarts aren't the same as last year's Pop-Tarts.
That's yesterday's Pop-Tarts.
That's facts, Joe. That's
It
facts
is-
on facts.
well,
Joe.
I never had. I was not a fan of Pop-Tarts, so.
I think she was in the
But
general state.
I do say this, man. I appreciate what you're doing, man, and I see a lot of stuff that you do is to educate the people.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing that you're doing, man. I think that's good, and I'm proud of you what you're doing, man. We here to support you. I know.
Yeah,
I'm,
man.
I know.
Shout out,
I'm
man. We
coming.
hope the film does great, man. And
I know it's going
yeah.
to.
matter of fact, I'm going to be doing my book release probably the next day. But I'm going to try to get out the buoy if I can. I'm trying to get out there, man, for that release.
I'll be there. I'm
So-
gonna
Now,
buy
will it be
tickets.
available digitally for people to buy and download?
So we're going to try to get to that point. What I want to do, and my goal is, producer team, let's try to do is, we're going to try to show it in several cities. We're going to try to take it to Baltimore. We're going to try to hit D.C. Guys say we want to bring it to Atlanta. And meanwhile, we already doing that. We try to work on the second one. You know?
Sure.
And then,
My daughter's an
Are you going to place it on YouTube?
at some point, we're going to try to get a deal and that type of thing. But the most important thing right now
Right.
is try to bring awareness. And once I get the awareness and put it out there, then people can sell
It's
it.
going to be on Tubi. That's where you need to go.
There you go. Everybody said
It's like
that.
a Tubi.
But let me,
Hey,
but can
nothing
I,
wrong
can
with
I,
Tubi, though.
before we get, I tell you, first of all, I appreciate the comment you made. And I want everyone to understand that my heart is on every movie that we've done and doing, we have the youth working on our projects.
That's what's up.
You know, and not only they working on our projects, they're going on to get opportunities from doing these type of things. Like we got a young man now, he goes to Morehouse, he's studying film. Got another young man working at Stevenson, is studying film. Got another young lady just graduated from Howard. She's gonna be working on the second movie. So what we try to do is, we try to develop, at least myself, develop these students to give opportunity.
He's also working with my son.
Oh, yeah.
At Bowie State. In
Yes.
the movie, he's in studying movies.
And my
Yeah.
daughter's an actress, by the way, for your second movie. You should really.
Okay,
know her.
so I want to make that clear too, that we trying to educate. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not going to hold a conversation on that. One of my students, he goes to Morehouse, and I was calling him, I said, hey, I was calling to tell you about this program Spike Lee got. You know, he's at his door checking on you, like, what's up, man, what's going on? He said, hey, I just called to tell you Spike Lee got this program you might want to check out. Oh, I just had lunch with Spike the other day.
Wow.
Shut your mouth.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? And I was taken back, like, well, and then I proceeded to say, well, what are you going to do for the summer? Well, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You got Spike Lee in your pocket. But you got to understand, I was bragging for like a couple of days, and my buddy was like, you got to understand, Spike hasn't really done that in that era,
Right.
you know. In that type. They don't understand.
They don't know
the
about
significance.
radio.
Yeah.
Do the
right,
thing.
Raheem, Radio Raheem.
They don't know about radio.
So, but those little things I want to share that makes it benefit for myself.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you put focus on those type of things, other things going to come.
Right.
Sure.
So
You know?
we're going to play your trailer one more time for people that just came in,
Okay.
and then we're going to ask after that for
Everybody watch the show.
your social media information
Just one
again.
more time,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, can we play the trailer one more time?
Ma, hurry up. We're gonna be late. You know you have to take me to school.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
Life sometimes can put you on
Damn dog. That's all you got?
the flip side.
I got diagnosed with schizophrenia about 2 years ago.
If it wasn't for you, those years ago, I wouldn't be here today.
Untold Secrets. The flip side. Coming to theater soon.
Awesome. The guy that's in the movie, Fahim.
Yeah, he's in a play called
he's in the
Creep.
chat. He's in the chat.
Yeah.
now. He's the one that was in the movie.
And
Yo,
we gotta get you in the
we
studio
need
too,
you in the
bro.
studio to talk about the movie as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations.
Yes.
And
D.
we all
Brown,
will be
everybody,
there
D.
in
Brown.
support. Mr. D. Brown, we will be there in support.
I appreciate it.
We
Yeah,
can't
man.
wait for
Definitely
it.
gonna be there.
Tell everybody your social media and all that good stuff.
Okay, Facebook is Dwayne in parentheses D Brown Brown. IG is Dr. Brown TV Film 12, and also you can go to We Got Our 40 Acres. It's also on.
And it's all in the chat, too.
Yeah, it's all in the chat.
Somebody put it in the chat for you. Yep.
You asked me a question. How did we come up with the title? Right? You wanted to address what we were talking.
It wasn't me, I think it was.
My production company.
Oh,
We
oh,
Got
oh,
Our
yeah,
40 Acres.
yeah.
So, my father's from the South, and my grandmother had 5 brothers and sisters, and their grandfather gave all of them each 40 acres.
Wow.
So my dad has 10 brothers and sisters, so he had to divide.
Gave me 5 acres. That'd be good.
Yeah, so they divided it up among the 10, and my dad was blessed. He just gave me his 4.7. So when I thought of renaming my production company, I said, what do I want to do? I want to honor my grandparents. How could I do this? And shout out to all my grandparents and all the characters I use of my family. You know, I lost my aunt to cancer, which is one of the main characters in this, Barbara Jean Cole Williams. But back to the fact that, so I wanted to tribute to my family. So that's why I named it. And everybody said, oh, you Spike gonna get you. No, it ain't 40 acres and a mule. We got our 40 acres.
We got off. I love it.
You know?
Yo,
So I'm blessed to be able to promote that and talk about that.
every time you talk, we just learn more and more, man. That's an awesome story.
Yeah.
Wow. What a
Yeah.
way. Yo, of course, the show goes downhill. You're going to stay with us for the rest of the night, right?
Yeah.
We still got some
Yeah.
love, sex, relationship to talk about. Yo, the show goes downhill from this point on. We apologize. Yo, our man straight from the FL is in the building. Why are you angry this week, Dave?
I'm angry for several different reasons. Well, my first one. Should I start with? Yeah, I'm gonna start with this one first. Speaking of going on film and things of that nature, I'm upset that Paramount pulled back on the deal with Tyler Perry. They
right.
took the BET deal away from him.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Yes.
they did.
Wow.
Because they tried to gouge him.
Yeah,
They
wanted him to pay $3 million, and he was willing to pay $3 billion, and he was willing to pay $2 billion, and they gave him the bid, but then they was trying to get that other billion from him, and then they pulled back the deal. They said that according to their figures, it was estimated at $3 billion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what
After
Bob
he
paid
publicly
for it.
announced
That's
he
what
gonna
they
buy
paid
it.
Bob for it, though, right?
But no, that's what he sold to Viacom for. This is only for 50% of it. Of Paramount only owns 50% of it. Viacom owns the other part.
So nobody's actually, so not only did he not get it, they just keeping it now? They're
Yes.
Well, they
They're
have
keeping
to.
it.
I think, it's funny because how that all works because, when Elon Musk put in a bid to buy Twitter,
They forced him to
he
buy
tried
it.
to pull out, but because he had already committed,
Right.
they forced him to buy it.
Right.
So I'm like, how can they let him publicly say he's about to buy it and give him the bid, and you know what I'm saying? And then say,
Right. See, that's exactly what it is. You seen
talk too
two
much.
different sides of the coin, right? When it came to us, and we seen that was a come up because what he's already doing, he's putting out majority of shows on BET and BET Plus as it is now. They're making money off of him. They wouldn't be making no money off of him if he owned it now.
Right. Oh.
yeah, but it's crazy. How
El
they-
Boogie said you don't think it was the color of his skin that caused the pullback?
It has a lot to do with it.
Well, I think it was a lot to do with cut skin, but also they willing to go to the bat with their lawyers and stuff. They don't mind. They will spend the money. They know that Tyler Perry, even though he's worth billions, he can tap out.
Right.
Tryna-
Because they
so
worth
it's
hundreds
a
of
playing
billions.
game.
Right.
They can play all day with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the lawyers and stuff to do that.
Right.
Tyler can only go but so far.
Right.
I think they did a bill. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, let me share. I was working for BET when the BET was sold to Viacom, and it was an interesting time. I had just left DC and went to LA to work, and I was working for a division of BET at the time, and they told us, once Viacom, buys it, nothing's going to change.
Right.
As soon as they signed the check or whatever, the ink wasn't dry. We got cut.
Oh, wow.
So I lived. So I
people
lived.
lost their job.
Yeah. So I lived through it. So, but back to your point, they're always going to juggle the game.
Right.
But this is where my philosophy, based on what my movement, I'm not trying to get back on when I knocked on so many doors. What do I get? I'm not trying to put nobody on the spot. You do the GoFundMe, this and that. Sometimes we just got to make our own door.
Right. That's why he built his own table.
Take the L and just keep it moving.
Right.
The game is not. They did the same thing to Bill Cosby.
But
Right.
That's what I was about to say.
So
But except they couldn't
what
find nothing on
we have to
Tyler,
do,
so
what we
that's
have
why
to
they
do
put
as a
him in jail.
community, we can't get into our feelings.
No.
It's not even an L for Tyler. It's not even an
It's
L.
not.
No, I'm just upset that they pulled back on the deal.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
But
you
that's
know,
that's their game.
That's
okay,
whack.
Right.
Hey, Ryan, really saying,
That's whack, but Ain't no way though, man. I feel like I took a L. If I got $2 billion to give you, and you don't want my $2 billion, I don't care.
Right. Just keep it moving.
Aisha said Tyler can go to Tubi and tell him to kiss the dad. Bring Tubi out. He put Tubi out.
Yeah, Tubi on the map, boy.
Put Tubi on the map.
Hey, he can own Tubi now.
He
See
can.
now, we laughing at Tubi, but the thing about it is,
I
he
love
can build
Tubi.
his own Tubi. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, I love Tubi. I ain't gonna lie. I watch at least one movie a week on Tubi.
And I watch
I ain't
all
gonna lie
my
to you.
shows, Amen, all the
I love that little black
Family
little
Matters,
movie
all
thing.
that stuff is on there. They got all the
I mean,
sitcoms.
I think it's a great start, you know, for something else. And you know, this is just, I mean, that door closed. I think just another door is gonna open for him, you know. But I'm just upset that BT still ain't black again.
Somebody wants you to. Somebody asked you the question about the Blockbuster and Netflix theory that you had.
So yes, so when I was knocking on doors, and I was getting frustrated, my wife's a jokester, so she says to me one day, she said, "You know the Netflix story, right?" I'm like, "What's the Netflix story?" She said, "You know Netflix tried to get a meeting with Blockbuster, and Blockbuster didn't want to take it. Look where they are now."
Right.
They took out Blockbuster.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, that's what's up.
Yeah. So, I mean, so we just got to make our own doors. You know, it's the way streaming. I mean, who would ever think streaming would be where it is right now?
Right.
I mean, look
Right.
at
I mean,
Zeus.
I'm
Zeus
old
is
school.
blowing
It
up.
took me a long time to cut the cable.
Right. Somebody else ain't cut the cable yet.
Why you gotta point at me?
Yeah, I
Because you
like
ain't cut the cable.
Because I still in the Shy and all that type of stuff.
You can watch that
And then I love my
on
HBO
No,
shows.
you can't watch it because I
no,
like
you can
it.
watch
I got
that. They have
I got
streaming apps for that.
Okay, because I like it the same day though. It's supposed to come out.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, that's okay.
Anyway,
Hulu.
Dave.
Hulu.
So that's what has always thrived me based on that theory. You know, nobody not answering. And plus, I figure, I mean, we all talk about black men. I feel my swag is tight. It's just not gonna happen when I really want it to happen, but it's gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Fastest
We
food service,
always
trust the process.
right. You gotta trust, and you gotta trust the process.
That's it.
You know, we might want it on Monday, but it might not come to Friday and Saturday.
Right.
Right.
You know, so I'm just
right.
trying to take my time with it.
So
Take
did
your time.
Napster show us how to do the streaming? That's what I.
Napster, yeah, because you got to think about it. Napster was stealing music before, you know, anyways.
yeah,
you know what I'm
remember?
saying? That's what started it. Then LimeWire came out.
Yeah.
But LimeWire is giving everybody viruses, though.
That's funny.
Everybody computer viruses, but you know
That's-
those
So
are the
things
things.
are going to change.
Right.
Things are going to change. You just got to be patient.
So
Yeah,
Dave,
Cowboys gonna be a
so Dave not
non-void.
gonna be mad every time.
Dave not gonna be mad. So Dave, is there
gonna change.
anything else you're angry about?
Yeah, I'm angry about this fat ass gut I got. I'm tired of this motherfucker, right?
That bitch look like it hurt. I understand.
I'm tired of it. I don't know about y'all.
It is
but-
disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
Right, it's disrespectful.
It's like
you know,
two
look in the
people out
mirror. I'm like, God damn,
That's why-
I gotta get
Can
rid
you-
of this motherfucker.
You be looking at yourself. Can we just dim the lights just a little bit?
Yo, I'm serious. You know,
So
it's,
did y'all realize at one point that you couldn't hold it in no more? Like
right. I was like,
I spent a
I used to
whole lot-
always complain. You know, I say everybody got that
I was
Dunlap
like-
disease, and I got that Dunlap disease. I'm trying to get rid of that motherfucker now.
So what's the plan?
I'm lucky I'm still in the point where I can still.
Hey,
control
I
my
just started to
emotions.
cleanse.
What's the plan?
I just started to cleanse. I'm on it.
What's up?
I
And
need it though. Let me
and
know.
I'm about to. I gotta lose this gut, man.
I ain't
We
gonna
about to
lie.
break up for real.
I ain't
we
gonna
have,
lie.
We have a man.
It's a
this
hard
is,
thing.
This is a motherfucking divorce that has to happen.
Hey, you see me acting like I'm at a sleepover.
I told that nigga, get rid of the pillow. Can't nobody get this.
Yo, it's really.
And then it's like when I post pictures on Facebook, especially like on the beach, I put the little 5 cigarette and people start, oh, he coming up his stomach.
Everybody know it. Or you take a picture, you gotta take it from the front. You can't take it from
Yo,
the side.
God, right.
And what are you saying, Pastor?
I'm just saying it's really like I declare war, like because
Right.
the crazy thing about it is it's just crazy because when I try to eat healthy, do cleanses and stuff,
Right.
literally my body be talking to my mind like
Get that
Why
turkey
you
sandwich.
punishing us? Like
Right.
I'm doing myself wrong.
Right.
Like I'm doing myself wrong. Like
Or
I'm
you-
not mistreating you. I'm like I'm doing what's best for you.
Or they tell
Right.
you, oh, you wait till now. You wait till you 40.
So
Why you ain't do this when you
everybody
still
know
young?
here, I have what you call a yo-yo with my weight. Like it'll be like.
Nigga, you go bulimic when you going on a trip. That's
Anyway.
what it is.
No, what I'm saying is,
But it's still
I would
fat.
go one time. I can get down to like, not the weight that I want, but at least a decent weight for picture Instagram purposes. You know what I'm saying? And then there's times where
like
I'm
a
just
bitch.
too big.
As soon as you relax.
And as soon as I relax, I eat one meal. Like I remember, at least recently, I went down like 7 pounds probably like a couple of weeks ago. Then I went to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet, and I weighed myself, and I was so mad. I said, "How did I gain 7 pounds in 2 days?" I'm so mad at my body. After 40, it is just really hard to control weight.
It is.
But see, that's why I tell my son, right? My son, he's in college. He's mentored by my man, D Brown, right here. I tell him, dude, right now, dude, you need to be in the gym. That's one thing we did. We was in the club every day.
Right.
We
We
should have been
We should
going
have been
to
in
the
the
gym.
gym.
Right.
We
We
should have
We
been
go
going
to
to
the
the
gym.
gym. We was in that club every
Every
Monday,
night we in the
all
club.
night.
We was in the club at least 3 or 4 times.
But
a
I
week.
danced
Imagine
though,
we
so
do-
I was getting a lot of roll, but y'all ain't dance. Y'all stay on the wall. I stay on
Imagine
the
if
dance
we
floor.
was in the gym when we was young.
Yeah, no, that's
Our
true.
bodies would have been.
Right.
But it's not even that. Imagine we learned how to eat right
That's
Yeah.
when we was
Yeah,
young.
that's the key.
right, because we've always ate wrong, you know.
Yeah.
First thing we sat up, you know, think about, and we still do,
And
soul food, right? We think about mostly starches, you know, in our diet, right?
Well, not-
and pasta and things like
Yes.
that.
And
right?
we eat to celebrate everything.
Right, we gotta
Funerals, births,
Right.
weddings. It don't matter what it is, Joe.
Right, we gotta eat. You know what I'm
Birthday.
saying?
So, but
and it's
y'all-
fat
y'all-
in food.
y'all
Grill,
talking-
sometime the grill,
Right.
car pop.
New Year's,
But
Christmas.
y'all talking trash. Is one year for one of my pool parties, I said the theme was gonna be green. I was gonna have nothing but green foods,
I don't
and
remember
everybody was like they didn't want to come. Everybody was mad. Y'all remember that day? Remember I said I wasn't serving nothing
That
but
must have got
salad.
canceled before.
Nah,
it started.
cause see, y'all just laugh at me because I bring my own food. Cause I'll bring, you know, back then I was eating turkey burger, but now I bring a veggie burger or something like that.
I tell you one thing,
And-
my wife and her mother, man, they can eat perfectly every day. I mean,
Right,
oh,
they've been trained for.
I
a
mean, I
long
don't know
time.
how she do it, man.
Right,
I
they've
just-
been
I can't-
they've been on a
I
great
can't do it.
regimen. Like it's.
But what
I
makes me
gotta
mad-
make it a habit, man.
But
what makes me
we gotta
mad
get a
though,
divorce.
but what makes me mad though,
Yeah.
she would cook
It's over with between.
like
me
for
and
instance, she would cook a straight good meal for me, pork chops and all that.
But she like
And
you
then-
junkie.
Hold on, no, but but then she won't eat.
you. Right, that's what I told y'all that. You didn't listen to me when I said that. I said she likes keeping you fat, so nobody else wants your ass.
Mic
But as
drop.
long as the money fat, people still gonna want you.
They don't know it's fat until you tell them how much money you
Well, whatever,
got.
because
and you
Big-
say, hey,
Big-
let me pay that
Big-
bill for you.
Biggie Smalls made
No,
50
you know the
most
word.
incredible
You know
men
it.
before he died.
But that was because he was famous. If
Hey.
he was not famous, if he was just regular
Lazy eye and all.
Christopher Wallace, he wouldn't have been the
you
same
know,
person.
But you know how we used to do the code word? Hey, take this. Tell your people we balling.
right.
Right, and the word
Tell
got
your
out.
friends I'm
Tell your
balling.
friends I'm balling. You come out.
Yo, Dave, I understand why you're angry now, yo, because it's nothing like when you sit in the chair and you shape like a 8, and because that's what people with guts, you sit like this, or when you constantly, see, I can't do it no more because I'm a little flatter than most. But
No, motherfucker, fuck that shit.
You rest your
Right,
hand-
right, you can rest your hands on
Oh,
right
yes,
here.
I hate
can't really
that.
do it.
That's what made me, I can't do it no more now.
Like, I've seen it where somebody go to sleep and their hands is like, their whole hands are raked just on their gut.
Or you eating ice cream on the joint. You got it sitting there while you eating it.
Oh
Like,
my God.
and just think
I'm
about
gonna
it.
tell you what's crazy though.
What comes out of what's ever in your beard, on your shirt, after you finish eating, and that shit.
What you got,
Let
man?
me tell you what's really crazy though, is that if you really did take care of yourself, and like say, if Arnold really did eat right, worked out, and slimmed up, he would start acting brand new. Tamika start hating him.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
She'll be pissed though. She'll be pissed.
I'm
Right.
telling
Be a whole new dude now.
Right.
Well,
This
I'm
nigga
telling
be
you.
out the house.
Rip me out the plastic.
Yo, I'm saying it's crazy because listen, it happens with women more than men, right? A lot of times women, they'll like, they might tell their husband like, man, I just want to go get a little tummy tuck, something at work, and they go get looking right. And then they start acting brand new. The husband like, I don't even know this girl no more. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, let's just go get the shit done.
We
man.
might need to go
Come
just
on.
get,
Let's go get the
that's it,
surgery
yo.
done, man.
Let's just go to
I'm
Miami.
down. I've been
Let's
saying it for
go.
days.
Let's go to
Everybody was telling me,
Mexico.
hey,
Ron,
I've been
Not Ron
saying,
just said.
yeah.
I'm telling y'all in advance.
We gotta
I'm
give him
saving-
credit,
I'm
Joe.
saving my quarters up, yo. This time,
You say you saving them?
I'm saving my. I will be in somebody's Dominican Republic, and when I come back, my shit is gonna be flat. My chest gonna be boom,
Look,
and y'all gonna
we
be
gonna,
pissed.
we gonna all go
And
together.
the whole time be on this show naked. The whole. Oh.
We gonna all go together. We gonna all be in first class, laid back flat, with bandages on, Joe.
But see, the difference with me, I already got a little. I already be like, I'm here anyway.
I'm
So
telling
when
you.
I, so
Exactly. You
when,
gonna
so
get
when
brand
it
new.
come, it's
That's
gonna
what
be.
I mean. If he get the work done,
It's
Right.
gonna be hard.
This nigga, you already can't control this
he
nigga
gonna
now.
quit. He gonna quit the show.
Baby.
This nigga gonna be like Flash with
I
5
tell you,
heartbeats.
I tell you, I back about 5, 6, 7, probably 8 years ago. I went to.
Oh, when you lost all that
I
weight?
lost that weight. Look,
Oh
This
yeah.
nigga
he
was
was
brand new.
arrogant as
This nigga
hell.
brought new outfits every day.
tight.
You-
My shit
But
was
let me
tight.
tell y'all,
Hey, look, my
let me
girl
tell y'all,
came up to
folks.
me and said, "You look good." I said, "I know."
I know. That's why.
I ain't
shoot,
even say
back
thank you.
then when
I said,
I was
I know.
skinny, they'd be like, "Oh, you new? Are you new?" I was like, "It was that's Lord give
I'm
it and
telling
take
you,
it away."
it's something about when you really level yourself up. It does change your attitude, because you know you really did something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right, but it's a
and people don't know how to take it. Yeah, people don't know how to
And
take
so,
it.
like, I mean, you think about, all the struggles that you go through, right? Now, you can have, say, like, the lotto come out, and you just motherfucker lost all that weight, and you did it on your own. I'm like, Mama hit this lotto tomorrow. You might hit $5, but you still hit.
But I'm telling you, I'm a firm believer of a man in surgery. So I am saving my quarters
Hey,
up.
I ain't gonna lie. The more I think about the battle I be in, it don't sound bad to just get this sucked out.
Take
yo.
out and just work out afterwards. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
like-
Everybody talking about do it the right way. I'll do it afterwards. I ain't got time for that. I got
Right.
4 cruises coming up. And my Instagram followers are going up as you speak. I need to be skinny, so I'm gonna pay for it. So y'all see me.
It's crazy.
Now, you know what? I'm not a person who say, you got to do it the hard way. But I just think I would feel much better on that instance.
See,
of getting it done.
I personally think as long as you don't do nothing to your face, when people start messing with their face and when men start, that's where you're wrong.
I tell you this.
Everybody should get a little lipo. I'm sorry.
No,
I
this
don't
is
see a
all
problem.
that.
And this conversation has definitely ruined my segment, but we're gonna still do it anyway.
But I'm just saying, I just think that this bitch got to go. This bitch got
Well,
to go.
go
She's
ahead.
leaving.
So repeat after me. Say no, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just joking. Anyway, you know what, Dave? You made some great points. You should be angry at your stomach because
Yeah,
I am too.
I'm
I'm
mad
really
at-
disgusted by it.
I'm
But
mad for you.
you're gonna. It's gonna be. We're gonna do this together. We in together.
Hey,
All us
man.
big people.
By November,
Ron, shut
this
your
bitch
skinny
gone.
ass out. Okay. In the words
Right.
of Fat
You
Mo,
motherfucker. You skinny fat motherfucker.
you skinny bitch.
It's crazy, man.
We're gonna be skinny next year. I'm gonna do mine the fake way. I'm going to get the work
Nah.
surgery. But y'all go ahead and y'all work out.
But I really,
I'm not with all that pain. Shit, fuck all that
You
shit.
got tats all over you.
the
that
only
shit was
reason
easy.
I'm breaking down and accepting I might have to do a surgery is because what kind of joke is God playing on me? My legs and my arms are here, and then this is gonna be here. Like what is that?
Oh, yo, the cameraman is so petty. See how he
Why is this like this, and then this is what?
But Pastor, you still gets it in. When we walk in the club, the women just what they used to.
I be holding it. They used to.
It depends on the event.
Amen.
Yo, I get so tired of holding my stomach in, yo, I can't breathe. Like right now, I've been holding it because I got this little thing. So I look a little skinny. It's only because of but I'm holding it in. I ain't gonna lie.
It's
I'm
terrible.
y'all-
Hey.
It's terrible.
Thank God for black, because it'd even look worse if I had on something else.
Yeah, don't do no stripes.
And also, I think, man, it's funny how
Ooh,
like we would have
Pastor,
never
don't read
even-
the comments. Ooh.
It's okay. It's okay. We would have never even had this conversation some years ago, right?
No.
But it's like so many people are getting work done. It's like culture pushes the conversations. Like you have to be forced to at least think about it, right?
Right.
Even if you.
And then
But Ron been saying it for years.
I've been
we
saying-
used to laugh at him and be like, "Man, stop playing."
So now that I'm in the 6-figure bracket in my finances, so Ron will look a different Ron down here. The faces always be the same, but
now.
I am going to be on somebody's table.
We
So-
used to always tell him, Smooch, man, get out of here with that. He used to say,
I'm
yeah.
saving
Right.
up my quarters at the point. I'm about $10,990 short right now, but
So it's $11,000 surgery.
yes. So I'm a little short right now. Anyway, Dave, glad you're angry, yo. Yo, PDO, the Love Guru, is in the building. Let me do this first before we do this. Where the camera at?
Oh, that's
Look
right.
at here, y'all. The book is ready, y'all. It's here. The new book is here.
That's the new
This is
book.
the old book. In here, which chapter is talking about masturbation? It's chapter
Chapter
7?
11.
Chapter 11. Which chapter is it?
I'm not sure at this point which chapter
Yo,
it is.
it's a major, where's my cameraman? A major segment about masturbation in here and why it's good for you and and what can you got to read that. My church read this book at Bible study and then they burned it. But,
Facts.
and this is the new
Said
book.
facts.
This is the new book, yo. I'm so excited for you, yo.
Yeah, yeah, so
and
this
that
is-
book
this-
signing is when?
It's going to be on the 23rd, September 23rd.
Okay.
It's going to be a Saturday. And that's the new baby. It's just being released. We haven't had an official release for it, so we're going to start running a promo for it on Monday.
Wow.
It's 10 things about Jesus they don't want you to know.
Wow.
So basically is a reintroduction to the authentic teachings of Jesus, and talks about how people have drifted away from it, and it's how we got a lot of the legalism, a lot of the judgment, a lot of the brokenness that we encounter in life is because we kind of drift away from the authentic teaching. So it's a nice little
I can't wait
easy
to
read, man.
How much is the book? I'm going to purchase it today so I can.
The book is $12, $15, $12.
Okay, I'm going to read it and then I'll tell you. Yo, Aisha's going to
You said
hell.
read it, did pay you.
Right. I want to be like my church. They read it and they said, "Oh hell no!" No, I'm just joking.
Hey, he got paid first from the church,
He
though.
did.
Just like any
Yo,
other day, I don't care what
Aisha
you
said.
do, as long as you pay
Aisha
for
said
it.
masturbation is cheaper than sleeping pills.
I
What is wrong with her?
I love her.
Yo, at least she's not bothering me today. Anyway, our Love Guru is in the building. PDO, what's on your mind?
Hey, I meant to send this to you guys earlier, but man, let's just wing it real quick. I thought we would talk about what are the most underrated qualities in men and women. Just a one. What would you say is the number one most underrated quality in men, or underrated quality in women?
That
You can pick either or. You don't have to do both. You can just pick either or. Most underrated quality. Like it's
can
actually
I say in black men?
In general,
yeah, in
Black
general.
men or just
men in general.
Men in general, yeah.
I
Most
think
underrated
I
quality.
underrated that men can't cook. Men not the major cooks. That's
Interesting.
because most of the time in a lot of relationships I've seen men are doing the major
Yeah.
cooking.
A lot of men are cooking these days. Absolutely.
Right.
Not in my
And then-
Wait,
home.
hold on. That because you know what? That's the rise of the single mother because they taught a lot of their sons how to cook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think one of the things is, and I don't have kids, but black men, or men in general
Take care of their
take
kids.
care of their
Yes.
kids.
Yeah. That's
That's a
definitely
major one.
that's a definitely
Being
major
able to take
underrated.
their kids, and they don't talk about it, how they raise their kids, going on to graduating college and being successful.
Because
They
I
don't
used
talk
to-
about that.
I used to get mad when people be like, "Oh, you a single father? Oh, you take it not that well, I'm a single father."
act like the
They
father-
act
she always with her
like-
mother.
I was like, no, that's me.
Yeah, exactly. My
I've
daughter,
been
she-
I've been taking care of my daughter, and people. I used to get mad at that
Be
statement.
surprised,
but
right?
People used to act surprised.
For sure.
I think a lot of underrated is saying that you gonna laugh that men underrated for not being faithful. They say, "Oh, being faithful."
Being faithful.
I think a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
men are faithful.
Oh, that's definitely underrated for sure.
underrated
Like the
because-
men who are actually faithful get no credit.
Get no credit. Yeah,
They get no love. They get no attention. Nobody even mentions it.
exactly.
No, that's a big.
That's a media thing. It's a media hype thing.
I would say men that they're hard workers.
It's underrated.
Yeah,
How hard men work.
yeah,
I think that's more. People say that men work hard.
Nah, most people think, especially a lot of men, they consider them to be lazy.
Black men.
No, just men in general nowadays.
You talking hard work around the house, like cleaning and
No,
cooking?
just whatever.
Just
Men
normally-
getting it done.
It work and surviving.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because
I
a
think-
lot of them feel, especially a lot of women now that they're in the workforce, they feel like they earned CEO because men they're doing all the work.
Right.
But it's not. No, you're not doing all the work. You're doing some of the work.
Well,
and
that's
getting
true. Because when
compensation.
you look at, say, look in politics, like Biden, you don't see as many black men. You don't see black men in leadership roles. In
You see
Obama.
mainly women.
You see black women,
Right.
but you don't see the black men.
Like,
That was
well,
that Me
we
Too
talked about that too.
They had to
Bro.
go with that Me Too movement.
But Lizzo gonna put a stop to that. So
and that's we too.
For sure.
Yeah.
So for the reason why I said that last segment ruined my segment is because what I would say is the most underrated quality in men is a man's humility. Like men typically we accept the role of being the hard nose, right? Or like taking the low road, or you know what I'm saying, not being in the spotlight. Not shining all the time. We'll make our wife be dressed way up. Make sure
Right.
she drive a nice car. We'll drive the old car. You know what I'm saying? Like the humility we operate in is very easy. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like and we would have never had a conversation like trying to get no kind of work done because cosmetically we don't care.
Right.
Wife, whatever she buys to dress up herself for the black tie fair, we just wear what she
Right,
chose
she
to wear.
puts for us.
You're right. If you look at, I'm sorry, I cut you.
No.
off. You go ahead.
I was gonna just
I'm
say.
sure you're gonna say something more educated than what I was gonna say.
Bill Cosby. You ever heard of Bill Cosby theory?
What was that?
So Bill Cosby says.
Give him a drink?
No.
Oh.
He says, I go out, take my son out in the yard, I play ball with him, I play catch with him, you know, through elementary years, take him to all his games, play, you know, pick him up, throw a ball with him and everything. He goes to college, he scores a touchdown, and who does he say? Hey mom, he shouts out his mom.
Oh, when he gets
When he
to
gets
the
a
big stage,
touchdown.
to the big stage, right?
Right.
Even when people get
You know
like
what I'm saying?
Grammys, whatever, they thank their mom.
They thank
I
their
never
mom.
seen one person
And,
thank their mom.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, in fact, I
And
never
men
seen
and
one.
men
I
never
never
and
seen
men
one.
never complain about this. So the humility of men is
Right.
so
Right.
underrated. Like
You are right. I never seen not one person receive an award and say, "I want to thank my father."
exactly.
I always saw
Maybe
they thank
one,
their
but
mother.
it'd be every now
Your
and
boy-
then.
your boy
The
Dwayne
young
Wade.
The young man that just died yesterday. Him and his daughter got an Emmy together from the show. He just died yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, he's on the show.
Yeah, they're the first
Balling-
father and son.
What was it? The hot
father
NBC show.
and daughter
Family
got
show.
Emmys.
We follow.
When he got that Emmy, who he thanked them?
No, his daughter. It was
His daughter.
him and his daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
They got
And
Emmys together.
Dwayne
And they hosted
Wade-
the
yeah.
Emmys.
Dwayne Wade thanked his father the other day, and all the women went crazy. They didn't know his father looked so young. But anyway, go ahead, Pastor.
Yeah, no. So I think that's a super. Humility for men is very easy. It's very fluid, and it's so easy and natural to us that we actually don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't notice it. So I think it's the most underrated thing. So real quick, how about women? The most underrated quality in women.
I would say most underrated quality about women is actually taking care of their family.
What?
I think they don't get enough
think it's
credit.
underrated?
No, but what I'm saying, because you say that a kid cannot make it without
They need a
man.
father,
They need a
so-
father in their life, stuff like that.
But women
Which
are
is-
doing
But
it.
women are doing it. That's what I'm saying. They underrated
Are they?
for it.
They're saying that these single women in households, these kids is
That's the
they
that's
minister
the ones
they
with-
minister
that-
society.
That's exactly what the problem is. That they are the problem.
I think one underrated thing about women that they're not freaks, that they don't like sex just as much as men. I think women enjoy sex
Yes.
way more
That
than
that
men.
is true.
That's an underrated quality.
That's
I think.
definitely an underrated quality.
Like with the women still trying to play like they all nice and all. Y'all cut the road.
I gotta go to school.
Most underrated quality. A lot of females take care of their mental health.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's underrated.
Women will go to
do the work.
Women
try
will go
do the
to
work.
therapy. They will go to therapy.
No, they will read the books. They will listen to the
Yeah.
talks. They will
They will take
get
the-
their
Shit,
Shit, they
crystals.
listen to motherfucking
They get
Steve
their
Harvey
crystals.
ass
Steve Harvey.
And
You know
still,
Steve Harvey joke, right? You know.
They be burning their sage, their incense. They will try to pray. They will do everything to try to work. Now a lot of times they're working through a lot of healing and trauma from making horrible decisions. They keep making.
What they did that night.
But they do the work. I mean, they do the work. So I would say that. What do you think? I'm most underrated women.
I would say their head skills.
That's underrated. You said
Yes.
Underrated? Yeah, because they do give it to Becky, don't they?
Right. Especially black women, right? They give that title to
so. You
Say
saying
Becky.
You saying their skills are better than what people saying?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Becky even got the title.
Right.
Okay, I'm with it. Yeah. For black women. Okay. I think the most underrated thing about not black women, women in general, the most underrated quality for them is their presence. I think that what femininity does on the low is so powerful, right? Like a woman's presence, it makes men shine more. It makes men perk up. It brings the masculinity to the surface. Yeah. If it's just guys, we can sit around and be more, you know what I'm saying, lay back. You put some women in the room, everybody kind of get a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
I've been sitting like this all day because the women sitting on the couch.
Exactly. See, so
If y'all
feminine, so just the feminine presence in the house, because men shine best when they are heroes, when they're saving the day, when they're making stuff happen for the family,
When they pay the tab.
when they pay the bill. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another underrated thing. I think a lot of people think that most women want to be saved or they looking for their hero. I think
save them. She don't want to be.
I think
Most women do.
women are doing it for themselves.
You know what I'm saying?
Most women,
They wanna be
if
saved.
if
They wanna
if
be
they
saved.
had the option
Yes.
and they got the man that they dreamed of, they would give up that.
Well, that's the same with a man. If he
Nah,
if a man marry Oprah Winfrey, he'll be happy.
No.
That's why like Steppen, he still wanted his
No,
his independence.
Oprah gave him.
No.
Oprah-
First of all,
no.
Stedman had more money than Oprah at one time.
Right.
Right. So he had millions.
Well, I
before
say-
she had billions.
And I
He was the
think
CEO of
I think
Maxwell.
men, unlike women, I think women could meet a millionaire, billionaire, and they'll stick with him even if they don't really want him. Men will be like, I'll go work for the trash company before I can't stay with Oprah. I'm saying,
Right.
I'll try for about 3 weeks. You know,
Right.
Because
said
when
give
3
it a
weeks.
shot, huh?
Yeah, where the application at? I will give me a job.
Because
Like,
you get home, and when you get home, she see you playing your game, sitting there, and she gonna ask you.
when Oprah call you from the bedroom, like Eartha Kitt did Marcus,
Right.
you'll be like, oh my God.
Look, that's the thing, man. Men don't want to be sex slaves.
No, we don't.
You don't. But I was watching the show Shy, and one of the guys he was locked up and he came home, right? So he's sitting with his girl, right? He living with his girl, and she kind of taking care of him. You know what I'm saying? But he feel like useless a little bit because he don't want her taking care of him. He wants to be a man and
Right.
take care of himself.
But as a man, for most men, and that's if you've seen other men around you, right?
That's doing it.
Right. That's doing that. Men's,
That's his case,
most viable use in society is his utility. Whatever he's able to do, if it's just stuff around the house or if it's going out to work or whatever, if he can be used for something, men want to be used for most cases, but not abused.
Exactly.
So to being used is one thing, but most women start abusing men and wonder why they walk out.
Now, ladies, let me say this to you, ladies, real quick, on that note, real quick, that abuse is not just misusing. Abuse is also just saying thank you, but no appreciation.
Right.
Wow.
Okay? Because a lot of times a woman can tell a man, like a man go out his way, help you do what he didn't have to do, as you said, pay the bill, didn't have to pay the bill, and ladies will be like, thank you. But appreciation means that my value goes up.
Right.
Like, and if I don't get a raise in value, you're not really appreciating me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Telling me thank you is kind of just a
The mindset should be
Right.
symbolic.
That's surface.
And is
Yeah,
anybody else here
surface.
just as angry when you go out your way to open the door for some old lady and she just walk through and keep going, don't even say thank you or
That's
whatever?
what I'm saying.
That's no different.
I would
You
yank you
buy
back.
a girl a drink, she's like, thank you, and keep it.
Well, no, I
You know what?
understand that.
It was one day I was in Silver Spring recently. A lady, she opens the door, walks through the door before me. She didn't hold the door open for me, but she said, "You're welcome." I'm like, "You didn't hold the door open for me."
Exactly.
It's like I can see if you held the door open for me.
I mean, and she just did like this.
No, she didn't even do that. She just walked through the door and I held it open, and she said, "You're welcome." Like, what am I thinking? I looked at her.
Why am I welcome?
Why? Like you did something for me.
Or like it was a privilege for me to hold the door for you.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying.
What she look like?
I mean, listen. That's the thing. I
Bottom of my shoe.
we had a fire once in our building, right? You know, where I live, and I came downstairs, you know, because what happened was, whatever happened, it was almost like everybody wasn't sure whether it was real or not, but it was actually real. It was like a real fire, right? So I go downstairs, start knocking on the doors, right, just trying to tell people, right, like you need, this is real. It's not like
No drill.
And I knocked on the lady's door, man, and she had like 2 dogs with her, and she was like, "Can you chain up my dog and help me out?" And she didn't want to leave her dogs, and she had a walker, and I was like, "Oh man, why am I not on her door?" Like,
Why did I get this one?
I mean, just because
The emotional attachment.
because it was just so much. She had 2 dogs. I had to chain them up.
I was like, bitch, you better go and fuck them dogs.
I ain't changed.
I got love for you. I ain't got love for
She had
these
emotional
pets.
attachment.
It was an older woman, but
Why you
man,
had to chain them though? Why you can't just pick them
put
up?
them on the leash because one was a big dog and one was a small dog.
Okay, baby, you get that one. I'm gonna get that one.
I ain't getting shit. You,
should've walked him.
look.
You should've
I gotta
walked
go. I said, look, I gotta go knock on these other doors and help these other people get out. I ain't got time to help you. I told you. I warned
She had a walker
you.
too, right?
And she had a walker. So of course we had to take the dogs.
Damn, see, now
and-
you feel guilty then.
Exactly.
She had a
And
walker. She had a
help her
walker.
down the steps,
Walker.
get her outside.
Help her down the steps.
Because it's like she's walking down the walker.
Because you gotta go down the steps. You can't use the elevator in the fire.
So we carried the walker and
the
just
hell?
somebody stood in front of her and held her hands and walked it down slow, right?
So what's the end? I like.
We
the
got her
end.
down the store. But my thing was, she could have just told me thank you. And that would have been symbolic. That's not appreciation, right? But she was like this, what's your apartment number? Because I'm going to bake something for you. Tell me
That's
your apartment.
good. Oh, that's a good
And she baked the stuff and gave it to me. I didn't eat it because I wasn't sure.
Did she take her teeth? And then she take her teeth out
She
the mouth?
should have said Marcus. She said Darrell.
She took them teeth out. I got you.
Now, she made me a little dish. But that's what I'm saying.
Miss Johnson,
My
I'm
teeth
good.
are out.
But
Yeah, yeah, that good.
the idea is that, you know what I'm saying, ladies, you know, when guys do stuff for you, you should try to find a way to do something. It don't have to be equal, but you show some appreciation, not just a symbolic thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember it was one time I had an accident with I got in a car accident. Lady hit me. She sent me a card, a thank you card, and everything.
That's what I'm
For-
saying,
for
right?
hitting
Right.
you.
She hit me. Yeah.
So it's because you didn't sue her.
You ain't suing.
I mean, she got sued.
But when did women start thinking sex is a gift? You know what I'm saying?
because we
That's old
allowed
school,
that.
back in the day, 60s.
We allowed that. We
'Cause-
start accepting that for Valentine's Day and shit like that.
Like you better
You
give
know,
me the
on
same
birthday.
thing I was getting last
Didn't we
month.
do it yesterday?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
what's
it's
the
not
difference
a
between
gift.
the day?
Well, and then you got to think about far as head, right? We was, hey, you get it on your
That's
birthday,
why
Christmas,
that's why Becky got the belt, because
Right.
Becky would do it
every day. She wake up morning, noon, night.
And Black Sisters was trying to act like it was a treat on your birthday and
Right.
Valentine's Day.
And that's why Suki Hana making she's licking the assholes now. See, you know?
See? Yeah.
Because you know what, this generation is striving for a way to stand out. So they gotta
Stand out.
they gotta go harder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stand out.
Y'all great.
Oh, Aisha said you wasted Big Mama food past.
It wasn't
I
Big
saw
Mama.
the
She
shame.
was a small, older lady, but I just wasn't sure about. You know, people cook. You don't know how people cook.
Right.
I was just like, man.
And
I
she
don't
had
know.
2 dogs. I've seen where they.
It was
I ain't even
just a
going
lot,
into it.
yo.
Dog food in there.
Because the dogs wouldn't even obey her. I think she's watching her daughter's dogs or something like that. They wasn't obeying her and everything. It was like, this is wild.
You
yo.
funny, PDO. What's your final statement?
Okay, so yeah, I tried to keep it positive tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Very
and just look
positive.
at what was the most underrated quality in men and women, and I think that tells a lot about who we are and how we could actually interact with each other better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what's
Like,
up.
like if we see those things that we don't always see and appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, PDO, that's good. Of course, again, y'all, check his book out. Tell them where they can get this from again, PDO.
You can go right. You can get both books, my T-shirts,
You hold it because
everything.
the camera's in it. Hold it.
Yeah. You can get my both books, my
Cover your stomach
T-shirts.
with it, man.
Huh?
Cover your stomach with it.
See, this is very feminine. You know what I'm saying? When we start worrying about our look,
Right.
we normally we just be looking big. We just look out here. We out here.
Yeah, but you know,
Because
to that
you know
point
what?
though, you know, if you look at the old shows back in the day, the family shows, the husband would be like fat and
Archie
working.
Bunker.
Yeah.
But the
Right.
wife would be decent looking.
Right. She be slim.
And
You know
not
what I'm
only
saying?
that, let me tell you a secret. This, fellas, y'all owe me for this one. This is a little
Claire
secret.
was fine.
A little secret is that women actually like their man with a little meat and stockiness on them because it makes them feel like they can protect them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you thin like them, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, who gonna fight? Like,
Aisha said only fat men think that. So I'm just saying, she ain't say that.
That was a how Ron shit said.
exactly. I ain't say they want you out of shape and sloppy all over the place. I'm saying they like you
Well,
stocky.
you
They
even
like
look at like Jackie Gleason and his wife. Remember the old
The
show?
Honeymooners.
Honeymooners.
He was
Yeah,
a big dude.
A big
that
guy.
was funny.
Wait.
Anyway, PDO, they get that book from again?
So you can get the books and everything at imdo.life.
Right.
imdo.life. That's the website. You can get it. You literally can order this book today, even though we haven't done the official release of it. But you can get it today. Quick read.
Your website not down like She by Sheree. You know, it's
No,
up,
it's
right?
no. My website is up. It's
Okay,
running.
just
Yeah.
making sure.
That was-
Anyway, yo, of course, before we leave, we always like to leave with some stupid would you rather questions. This is one for the ladies and the audience and everybody, the men. I know the answer with you guys. Would you rather never, ever, ever in your life have an orgasm or never, ever, ever in your life find true love? What my
Never ever find true
I
love.
think I'll pass on True
Oh,
Love.
yeah, I ain't got. I would never.
Love is overrated.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need
That's
love.
what you got kids for. You got your parents and
my phone,
grandparents.
my computer just died. So I can't go my other questions. But anyway, so you said you'd rather have an orgasm. How about our ladies in the audience? You'd rather have an orgasm or true love?
Come on now. Let's go.
Let's go.
We telling the truth out
I'm telling
here.
the truth. We got
Come
some
on,
real
come with
life.
a new.
Ron B, orgasm or true love?
He true love.
That nigga look like true love
True love.
already. That nigga had all my life. I had to
I
fight.
had to fight for this.
He all about love, man.
Every night I gotta fight for my love for you, girl. Orgasm? He lying.
Hey, so come on with a quick one. I know you got another one off the top of your head. Would you rather?
We out of time now. We started at 11:20. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Love you for loving us. Shout out to our MVP today, Aisha. She was keeping us on our show.
Definitely was the MVP
Mr.
tonight.
Brown, oh my God,
Thank
I
you,
cannot
thank you.
wait. Thank you so
D.
much
Brown,
for gracing us
thank you,
today.
man.
Thanks for having me on here, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, yeah.
Had a great time. Our studio all the way from the Canada.
Yeah,
Y'all
shout
look
out to
good,
ladies.
The
Thank
two
you,
ladies,
guys,
the two ladies
for
sitting on
hanging
our
out.
casting couch today. Thank you so much.
Ron B.
Ron B is in the building. We gotta play his music.
DJ
We'll be
Yeah.
playing his
We
music. Your new
gonna
producer.
definitely like highlight his music.
highlight his music. Next week, you come back, we're gonna highlight your music.
And to the engineer.
And to our engineer, Fever.
Shout out, man. Fever,
Yo,
man.
you the man. Yo, we love you for loving us. See you next
And-
week. Salud.
Salute.
Of course, my sex.